that we were forever. I didn't know any better. Took a second chance, trusted you again. I feel shattered. Broken strings, cause you play me like a violin. Shame on me for all your 7 deadly sins. Had it all, but you craved attention. Drowning in your own reflection. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past, wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass. Frozen looking at pictures that we took back in the summer. I thought that I would remember how we used to feel, but this isn't real. Now we're over. Take it all, there's nothing left here anyway. We used to talk, but now we don't know what to say. Now we're just two passing strangers. We tried, you lied, goodbye forever. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past, wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass.
Punched me in the boob!
Hello, hello. Hello, viewers. Hi, welcome. Maz, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Yezi. That's really nice of you. Thank you very, very much for gifting a sub to someone else who is a longtime viewer. That's really cool of you. Thank you very, very much for doing that. Hello to everyone joining tonight. We're going to be keeping things pretty low-key, doing no face cam, power wash sim. We were originally going to be doing Dead by Daylight over, like, the weekend, and then it just shit sort of went all over the place. This weekend kind of fucking sucked for me, honestly. And that's not me just being, like, dramatic, like, oh, I just feel bad. You know, it like, there was just a lot of messy, bad shit that happened. So it's one of those things where we're just going to be saving that energy for tomorrow. And we will be hopefully playing some Dead by Daylight solo queue tomorrow. Tonight we're just going to be doing no face cam power wash just so we can vibe. Just start the week off in like in a more positive, chill way. Maz, thank you so much for gifting Wyamelon with a sub as well. That's so nice of you, Maz. Thank you very, very much. That's really cool of you. Thank you. So, yeah, that's all we're going to be doing really tonight. Just hanging out. Hopefully enjoying some good vibes. Hi, everyone in chat. Feels good to be able to join again. Sorry this weekend was bad for you. All good, Beans. It happens. It's like I say every single time we have a stream. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Sometimes it's a really good tomorrow. Sometimes it's one of those shitty days. And unfortunately, shitty days are inevitable. Shitty weekends are inevitable. But yeah, there's some stuff that I'm dealing with in my real life that is just like kind of stressful for me. So if I'm a little bit weird, I'm a little bit distant, worse at reading than normal, which is already pretty fucking bad. Just know my mind might be wandering. But I appreciate anyone who's here just like hanging out and everything. And it really does mean a lot. Want to pop by and say hello, have a good stream, sending my love to everyone. Zafaria, take care. Thank you so much for being here. Girbeagly Live, thank you so much for using your Prime. That's super nice of you. Hope that you enjoy being a Primer here. Thank you very, very much. I know you guys only get one of those a month, so that's like super cool that you did that. Thank you very, very much. But I think that we just finished like the firehouse in the game or something like that. So just going to be vibing out with whatever maps are available to do. So hope that goes better for you, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's one of those things that like is very much out of my control. There's like a bunch of messy energy from like a bunch of different things that were happening this weekend. But yeah, as far as the one like big thing, completely out of my control, but one of those things that like affects people close to me very, very intensely. So been kind of a worry since I got the news about it. But fingers crossed that things move in a more positive direction with it, because it's pretty heavy stuff. So yeah. Sorry I can't stay because I'm on vacation. Yo, don't apologize about that at all, Jenna. Get some wonderful rest and relaxation in. You absolutely deserve it. Seriously, have a great time on vacation. That's really, really cool. I forgot to go on camera. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Now I'm on camera. But we hope that you have a lovely, lovely time, Jenna. If you guys don't know Jenna, fantastic person, very good streamer. Please go support Jenna. Jenna is a wonderful, wonderful person. So, yeah. Sending love your way. Thank you so much, Brooke. Brooke, I hope you're doing all right. Thank you very much for being here, hanging out with us tonight. What? Yeah, we're doing a power wash simulator. How else would you describe it? You still have the screen? Yes, I do. Normally not used as much for bad internet nights, because our internet is so much better now. Typically, this is used when I'm... normally, at least once a week, I give myself a break away from Facecam, just so it's not like that extra thing to worry about on camera, where I just get to like sort of hang out and just like fuck around playing games and vibing and not really giving a shit about what's going on. Like they're my low stress streams. So anytime you see this stream, anytime you see like a stream where I don't have face cam, it's because I'm just sort of like hanging out and enjoying whatever I'm playing at the time. But otherwise, like tonight, again, normally I would be doing this Sunday, but just kind of a shitty weekend, kind of a bad weekend. So honestly, no expectations for tonight. We're not doing like any sort of like crazy sub runs. We're not doing any like challenges. We're just vibing. If people are shitty, then I'll probably time you out or tell you to just shut the fuck up, because that's the sort of mood I'm in. Otherwise, we're just going to chill and vibe and, like I said, like just hopefully have fun and enjoy just good energy,
Well, hello, friends. 18 months. Gosh dang, I've been here a while.
Steelers fan, yo, thank you for the 18-month resub. That's super cool of you. It has been a long time since you joined the community. That's super cool of you. Thank you very, very much. Sorry I've been MIA on streams. My life has been kind of crazy lately, but I'm glad to be back. Always the best vibes here. Brooke, seriously, it's always so nice to have you here. I'm so sorry to hear that things have been so crazy for you, but I hope that they start settling down and you're able to just vibe out tonight and enjoy whatever good energy you can. Greg, what's up, dude? How you doing? If you guys don't know my friend Greg right there. Greg, I never know how to say your name. I just call you Will or Greg. If I slip into calling you by your username. If you guys have not checked out my friend Greg, please, please, please do so. Fantastic person, great streamer. But yeah, thank you very, very much for hanging out to everyone who's here.
WTF?
Damn, Moose. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the 14 months, actually. That is crazy. Yeah, it's not even like you sharing your 13 months after a 12-month. That was super, super cool. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so, so much for 14 months here in the community. That is crazy. Thank you so much. Seriously, Moose, you've been so fantastic. Thanks for kicking us off into a level 2 hype train as well. Oh my gosh, that is wild. Very, very long amount of time to be part of a community. Brian, genuinely asking, could you repeat what you said was timeout worthy? Oh, just so people are being shitheads in general. I mean, like I said, I'm just very low tolerance for like, if like mainly that's just the people who are like being disrespectful or being like trolls or shitty. I'm just, it's not even gonna be like a, hey, I'm gonna give this person a chance type of thing. It's gonna be like a shoot on sight type of deal tonight. Thank you, Moose, for the 5 gifted. God damn. What are you doing? That's crazy. Thank you very, very much. 5 gifted. That's so, so nice of you. We got gifted subs to Salty the Pupper, Leela20, Sleepy Kenzie, Nidiscordia, and J Rose 19. If any of you are in the chat, make sure you're saying thanks to Moose because that's really, really nice of you. Thank you very, very much. You guys are awesome. Again, to anyone who's here right now, like, thank you so much for spending some of your time, some of your energy with this community. That's always so appreciated. Again, I'm not going to be the most upbeat person tonight. I'm just going to be playing it by ear and doing the best that I can. But I hope that we all get a lot of satisfaction out of Power Wash Sim because it is a nice way to just wind down and chill. It's your birthday month, Moose. Let us know whenever it's your closer to your birthday, so we can all wish you a happy birthday closer to that. I mean, it looks like chat's already started. I mean, that's just what they do, which is fantastic and lovely to see. Seriously. Hey, friends, happy birthday month. Yo, what's up, Riot? Welcome to the stream. The late night chat's long sleeves perfect. I'm so glad you think so. Why not? It's a really, really nice shirt. That is, I got all of my merch the other day in the mail. As I said before, I got it after, I got my samples of it after some of you guys got your merch from the pre-order, which is really funny. Because I think they sent mine out with the pre-order. But I love that shirt. I love that shirt. The yellow long sleeve also is really nice. Just very, very it's a good vibe. It's a good aesthetic. Gotta love chat. And as we know, Brian gets subs for your birthday. It's not how it's supposed to work. But anyone who does gift subs when it's your birthday month for whatever reason you deem is fitting to do so. That's nice of you. Thank you very, very much. Before we get started with some Power Wash Sim, since we're not going to be playing it too long, let's do some good news. So I always say that too. I was just telling Morgan, I was like, I don't want to stream until 2 a.m. again because I'm not in the mindset for it. But we'll stream for at least a couple hours, but not super long. But if you guys got good news, please share it in the chat as long as it's nothing that's a super sensitive topic that might, be uncomfortable for other people to hear. I'd love to read some good news. Whether it's big or small, please share some in the chat. Mine arrived today. I'm so pumped to be wearing my late night one for late night stream cottage elf. That's so cool. That's really, really cool. Pretty sure it does. I did last year. Well, listen, Moose, I can't, I can't stop this community, but I will sometimes try. What's up, Captain Clark? Good to see you here.
Can't believe it's been 8 whole months, Girbeagly.
I love that Justin read Bean as Bine. Wimmer, thank you for the 8-month resub. And Interactive Ira, thank you very much for the 10 months with Prime, hitting the double digits there. Apparently, we're kicking off in next level of the hype train. Oh, my God. I had no idea. Thank you very much. That's really cool of you. My ringer tee got shipped, but I sent it to my parents' house because I wasn't sure what house I was going to be in when it got delivered. I move on Saturday. I hope that you get it in time. Seriously, Silver. But thank you so much for ordering it at all. That's really cool. Good news, I ordered an iPhone 10 Friday night. It arrives this week on Friday, and the phone case arrives tomorrow. Cool. That's awesome, SBN Helter. I recently updated to the 12 Pro, which is really nice. After my iPhone 8, it was a huge upgrade, which was really, really cool. Good news, I go back to school at the end of the month, and if accepted, I will be living in my dream apartment. We should hear back soon. Yo, Brooke, please let us know about that. That's so cool. I know that you were talking about that before. That's really, really awesome. Finding a place that you just vibe with that like has the right energy is like such a wonderful thing. It really is. Hazel like the color. Hello, hi. Welcome to the stream. How is everyone? I was just sharing with chat that, you know, I had kind of a crappy weekend, but it's nice to be here hanging out with everybody. Good news, I get to go donate platelets again for the first time in a while Wednesday. Super glad to be able to do that again. Riot, thank you so much for doing that. That's a huge contribution health-wise, medically, for people out there who are in need of that kind of thing. That's really, really cool of you. Thank you very, very much for contributing in such a way. Good news, although I'm really sick right now, it's not COVID, which is a big relief. Lard Martini, yeah, that's a whole thing that, like, I feel like a lot of people keep forgetting is, like, even though COVID is obviously, like, the big, bad, scary thing, it didn't get rid of, like, COVID existing didn't get rid of all the other diseases. So you can, like, get sick from other things as well, which sucks. But it is definitely a relief, a little bit of silver lining when it's not COVID. Not a little bit of silver lining, actually, like, huge amounts of silver. Good news, got to see my girlfriend in person today for the first time in a while. We'll be seeing her every day for a while because school is back. Fables, that's awesome. I hope the two of you have a lovely time together, have lots to catch up on, etc. Oh, it's at your parents' house already. Got it, Silver. Okay. And your mom's going to bring it up Wednesday. Oh, okay, awesome. I hope you like it. I really do. Everyone who's been getting their merch has been saying that they like it. Ethan told me the other day he really liked the shirt he ordered from me. I always get worried, though. I do. It's because, obviously, it's like something directly tied to me. So I'm glad to hear that people do like it. So, yeah. I'm about to move out of my toxic family situation, move to a new city in a couple of weeks. Basement Sloth, we're so happy to hear that for you. That is wonderful. That is seriously, seriously great. You know what they say, it's one of those things where, like, you can't choose who, like, your blood relatives are, but, like, you can absolutely find, like, chosen family throughout life. I hope that you moving out of that situation, being able to sort of, like, lobby for yourself and advocate for yourself, etc., will allow you to create a healthier environment and atmosphere for you. That's really wonderful to hear about. Sorry about your weekend, Brian. Glad you have a fun, safe space here with us. Yeah, that's the whole thing, Hazel, is, like, I am definitely enjoying everybody's company already. Thank you so much to everyone who's here right now. You guys are awesome and very, very appreciative. I'm someone who I'm pretty good at dealing with things emotionally, especially for those of you who don't know. I've shared this a number of times, but, like, I'm in therapy right now, and that's been helping a lot with so many different things. But also on top of it, it's like every now and then there's that big piece of, like, crazy news that comes along that, like, sort of is a little bit frightening, is a little bit nerve-wracking. So is something going on affecting a family member that's just a bit nerve-wracking for me. Multi-writer, what's up? Welcome to the stream. But we're going to try not to bring any of that bad energy into the stream as much as possible. We're just going to be vibing. Like I said, I'll be zoning out with some power wash with you guys, and hopefully it will be satisfaction. You know. My good news is that my merch just shipped. Nice. It will take a few weeks to a month to arrive, but I'm so excited to receive it. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming not wanting you to dox yourself, obviously, but assuming it's like shipping out of the country, because I think for Second City, most of the in the U.S. domestic shipments take, I think, like a week max or something once it's been bought and printed. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on it, but it seems that that's about the time frame that people get their merch within. Guys, thanks for 11 subs during that hype train. That was really nice. Thank you very, very much. Apparently 12, but it just didn't count the one for some reason, which is rude. Hype train, I don't know why you would do that to us. Or the person who subbed and should have been, you know, credited with that. My good news is that I got all my dishes packed and I have been able to work on the sweater I promised to make for someone. Hey, that's awesome. I'm glad that you got some time to do something, like, productive like that. That's really awesome. I'm so bad at packing when it comes to, like, moving or anything like that. Just getting things organized in general. I'm very, very bad about it. Thank you so much, guys, though, for the hype train. That was really nice of everybody. Gonna have to head out early tonight. I'm just too tired from being sick. Yo, Lard Martini, completely understandable. Please don't worry about it or anything like that. Please prioritize your own health. And no, it's really not that early. when you think about it. Like, I started at 11 at night. So, if anything, you're leaving at a completely reasonable hour right now. Hi, besties. What's up, book lover? Good to see you here. Rambo Live Shrimp. Not allowed to say the last part of your name on Twitch anymore. But welcome. Hi. Hi, yes, I'm out of the country. Good old Canada. It takes a long time. Oh, well, yeah, with the border between the U.S. and Canada, it has, like, slowed down so much of the shipping. Hey, I've been here just doing some art stuff. Good luck with the art stuff, Chameleon. Good news, a week ago I ordered a dream dress of mine from ThredUp, an online thrift store. I should be here any day now. It was new with tags, and it was such a deal, and I'm so excited to wear it. Evie, that's awesome. That's really cool. I hope that it's like, you know, fits like a dream, makes you feel wonderful. Love ordering a new dress myself. My good news is that tomorrow I will have been on my first antidepressant for a week. I think that it has been positive so far. I'm excited to see if anything else improves. Carlisle, that is so wonderful. I'm so glad that you found something that feels like it's helping you so far, because obviously between like therapy, medication, etc., everyone sort of finds their own groove when it comes to mental health. The fact that you took the leap and you're taking care of that is so wonderful to hear, that you're prioritizing yourself, because you do deserve to be happy. We doing good news? We are. I moved back to campus on Sunday, so that's exciting. Going into year 3 of university. Awesome. Hope that it goes really well. Hope that's very, very good for you. I haven't been here in so long. Hi, guys. I'm Brian. I miss you all. Arizona, what's up? Good to see you here. Welcome. It has been a while. I hope you've been well. But welcome. We understood. It's all good about the mistakes. We understood what you were saying. Good news, I'm finally home from work. Yo, Spicy Man, welcome back home. I hope that you have a good time watching us do a little bit of power washing tonight. To catch up, people, I promise, those of you who have been here since the start, you won't hear me say this too much more tonight, but while we're doing good news, I just want to catch up, people. The reason we're doing no face cam stream tonight instead of the promised Dead by Daylight stream is this weekend was super messy for me. A lot of just sort of negative experiences and things happened over the weekend in a variety of facets of my life, but also got some like really bad family news. So we are going to be basically taking as much of the energy as we can tonight from relaxing with no face cam, no expectation power wash stream, and we're going to take that energy tomorrow and do a Dead by Daylight solo queue survivor stream. So if you guys want to see me scream and yell and be pretty much afraid of doing literally anything and constantly going, chat, should I go unhook that person or should I do this gen? What do I do? Oh my god. Like, if you want to see that, that's going to happen tomorrow. But tonight, we're just going to be vibing. Zero expectations, zero pressure, except from what's going on with the water on the screen. And we're just going to vibe and hopefully enjoy each other's company. All of you guys are amazing. We're sorry, Brian. Cheers to a chill stream today. Thank you, Brisbane. That's nice of you. I'm playing Power Wash and Sim right now. It's such a good game, Spicy Man. It's super, super fun. Power Wash Simulator chill vibes. Dead by Daylight. Girbeagly. Yeah, very much so. Same here, honestly. Honestly, I love the stick figure. Thank you. It took all my artistic prowess to draw this. But I'm glad that people enjoy it. All right. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get started with the game. Very excited to play more of this. It's been a good year. After 2020 and the start of 2021, I think it's a good game. It's a very, very chill, very, very nice game to play. It's just all vibes, you know. Stick figure is looking cute. I drew that stick figure to look so adorable, right? So cute. Such a lifelike representation of your face. I know. Normally just a blank stare. That's normally that's all you guys ever see. All right, we got the bungalow, we got the fire truck, and we got the forest cottage. I loved doing the fire station last time. That was awesome. I kind of wish we had another like huge home to do. Although I do like doing these like vehicle ones. Let's do the fire trucks since we just did the firehouse. Alice Class, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Denver Drill says, FA, we're currently down at Oakwood Falls, about to risk life and limb because someone thinks they saw the mayor's cat licking its paw under the waterfall. It's got to stop, and I've had a brainwave. Bring the old truck out from the garage, give it a clean up, and send the recruits out on that wild goose chase whilst the rest of us get on with all the proper jobs. It's hella filthy, but if you could go do your thing and make it sparkling, the mayor will never tell the difference. Thanks, pal. Hella filthy. No firefighter would actually say that. It's like a millennial West Coast firefighter, I guess. I'm excited to do another vehicle because they're always fun. I hope that by doing this, it will unlock a huge, like, complex or something again because doing the firehouse was the best. Yes. Let's go. Why did it have to be Denver? That's my city name. I mean, is that an issue? What, are you not a Broncos fan? What the heck? Wait, are we on? We weren't even on the right one. Oh my god, look at that hubcap. Look at that wheel. Hella cap. Stoned, what's up? Good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hi, and welcome to more no face cam power washing. As this channel is sort of gonna be known for forever, I'm assuming at this point. Hella reminds me that life is weird. Wait, why does that remind you life is weird? Just like slang terms and stuff? I mean, slang terms are hella weird. You're right about that, if that's what you're implying. Oh my god, that little ding sounds so good every time. This game toxes people. Oh boy. I feel sorry for Broncos fans. Oh, yeah. I mean, you gotta at this point. I was confused for a second. I don't watch football as much. Well, it sounds like everything's confusing right now. And that's okay. It's Power Wash Sim. You just gotta sit back and chill with it. You hear your city name, you just go, huh. It's Power Wash Sim. Whatever. It happens. You hear someone make a football reference, you go, I don't watch sports. I don't understand. It's okay. We're playing Power Wash Sim. So you can sit back and enjoy the show. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the simple stuff first. Just the nice windows. As someone from California, I didn't realize how Californian hella is until recently. Yeah, isn't that funny, too? Like, a lot of, like, slang terms, vernacular, stuff like that. It's, like, localized. You don't realize is, like, so local until, like, someone points it out. Like, growing up, like, so for those of you who don't know, there's a dish here in Rochester called a garbage plate, which is literally just a picnic on a plate. It's like 8 billion calories. But what they do is it's like a bed of normally mac salad and, like, home fries. And then you pile on, like, either, depending on the place, you either put in, like, baked beans or, like, chopped onions, cut up hot dogs, cheeseburgers, whatever. 8 billion calories precisely. Probably. Garbage plates are so good. Oh, my God. I like them, but, like, I can only eat, like, once every 3 months, or I feel like death. But, like, growing up, I just assumed everyone had those. And so, like, the first time, like, we ever went out of town, like, when I was a kid, we were eating in a restaurant, and I was like, they don't have garbage plates on the menu. And, like, it was just because it's a Rochesterian thing. So, like, from this area. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good if you don't mind mixing your food. If you're one of those people who, like, at the picnic, you know, keeps your, like, macaroni salad away from, like, everything else. You're like, oh, I don't want my mac salad to touch my hot dog. You would hate it. And that's understandable. Even people who aren't like that, like, some people in Rochester dislike garbage plates because they're kind of weird. It's like a little kid made them. Because they just piled on a shit ton of food onto the same, like, plate. Normally they're in, like, a big takeout container. But I do enjoy them every now and then. I cannot and will not mix foods. See, that's totally understandable. That's like fine. That's something I don't make fun of people for, because like I get it. You know, some people it's about like the texture. Some people it's about like the flavor. Like they don't want to like mix all the flavors of stuff together. Like they want to taste food individually. Some people are like weird about like what order they eat foods in. It's all good. You know, it happens. Reminds me of Doodle a little bit, though at this point it might just be a family recipe. Wait, Doodle? What's Doodle? As long as the flavors work, I will mix foods. Yeah, I'm not like the world's pickiest person when it comes to like mixing foods, but every now and then I'm like, those things don't go together. I don't want those touching at all. Like, especially with breakfast foods. I think that's where it, like, happens the most for me. Is because there's so many, like, sweet foods and, like, citrusy foods that should, like, not touch my savory foods. I think that's, like, where it happens the most for me. Salem and Smudgy decided to grace me with their presence. Hello, Salem and Smudgy. Hi. Those Zoo Pals plates were a godsend when I was a kid. I loved those. Those are so cute. I never used them personally, but I remember those. I thought those were such a great idea when they released those. For those of you who don't know what those are, they were like paper plates that, and I think they made like plastic versions as well. I could be wrong. But they were shaped like animal faces, and then like there were separated little like compartments for like each of the food on the plate, where like you could put like your like sides and like the ears of like the tiger, and then like where its face was, like it would be the entree, like the main course. It was pretty cute. There's certain things I like to mix, but there's others that I'd rather have separate so I can savor bites of each but not together. I get that. I think that it's really dependent for me on like what it is I'm eating at the time. Like sometimes like I said, like with breakfast food, for instance, like I like to normally have most of it separated. Like I like a good breakfast sandwich because like all those ingredients go together really well. Or like at certain breakfast buffets, like, you know, I don't mind if like my sausage is touching my egg. But if I'm putting like melon on my plate, like from like a fruit salad, and it accidentally like rolls onto like my toast and makes my toast soggy and tastes like melon, that's kind of gross. You know, I don't like that as much then. Fun fact, in Morocco, there is curry that is eaten with banana. It's good for that sweetness. That's interesting. I mean, like, spicy, savory, sweet does kind of work for some foods. I would have to give that a try, just because I like curry. Also, like, a lot of spicy, sweet stuff is a great combo, because the sugar helps, like, metabolize the heat, so it's not as unbearably spicy, but you still get that, like, good flavor combo. So I get that. I can't, like, knock that without trying it. Sausage touching eggs, scandalous, right? Melon toast. Yeah. We put it on, wait, we put it on fries or tater tot? Oh, Doodle is burgers with a tomato and cheese sauce on it. Interesting. Tomato and cheese. Like, the cheese makes sense. The tomato is, I guess that's like a meatball then. My family's Midwestern and got the recipe from a diner, so it gets a lot of confusion in the South. Put it on fries or tater tots as a meal. I would be willing to try that. That actually sounds kind of good to me. But then again, I'm a sucker for, like, any diner food. It could be, like, a food I hate. Like, someone could be like, we made mushroom burgers covered in chicken liver, but it's a diner meal. And I'd be like, oh, it's a diner meal, though, so maybe it's really good. And I'd give it a shot, even though I, like, don't like those things. I would try it then. A lot of Mexican candies and fruits have spicy seasonings with them. Yeah, someone, a while ago sent me a big care package of Mexican candy, which was awesome. And a lot of it had that sweet, spicy combo to it. Like a donut burger, it isn't as bad as it sounds. See, I've never had a donut burger, but I've seen Guy Fieri eat like 1,000 of those on like Driver's Dine-Ins and Dives. I would be willing to do it because Guy Fieri told me to.
Hey everyone. can't believe it's been 8 months already.
Yo!
Just lurking late in
Dakateo,
the house
thank
and
you
happy
very
I found
much.
this community.
Means
Much
a
love
lot.
for everyone. Sparkling heart.
We
Sparkling heart.
appreciate that you appreciate your time in this community. Thank you so much for the 8-month resub. That's so nice of you. Thank you very, very much. Donut burgers are so good, and so are maple bacon donuts. I will take no slander. I've heard really good things about maple bacon donuts. I already like sweet bacon. Like, I've had like bacon that's like cooked in like maple seasoning or whatever, or like has like a drizzle of like syrup put on it or whatever. That's pretty good by itself. I can see that being really good on a donut. I would give that a try. Same with the donut burger. Guy Fieri, very best influencer. Listen, you can't argue with that hair or goatee or anything, man. That I'm all about it. When Guy Fieri says that I have to roll by Armpit, Arkansas to try their like diner like chicken sandwich, I'm gonna go by and do it. That's just the way that it works. Guy Fieri knows his shit. There's a reason that show's been on for 5,000 years. You know, there's a theory that the cat's not really missing. Oh my god, Denver Grill. Should you be talking to me about this? I'm a lowly power washer, dude. What if you spill some beans? That the mayor's using it as a distraction device so no one notices all that pipeline stuff. Oh my god, this is weirdly pertinent. In some really kind of fucked up ways. If you guys haven't checked out anything about Line 3, by the way, please do so. Please educate yourselves as much as possible about it. Very important thing going on right now. Maple bacon donuts are so good as long as the bacon is like actual bacon and not fake bacon. I have strong feelings on this. Wait, why would they put fake bacon on a maple bacon donut? Isn't that like, that's in the name. You'd think that like the appeal of the food would like beg for authenticity then, right? It would be like a prerequisite. Or am I just crazy? Also, like fake bacon, are we talking about like turkey bacon, or are you talking about like a bacon flavored soy product? Because those are very different things. Because like turkey bacon, I'm willing to like sub turkey bacon or like turkey sausage into a lot of breakfast food. It's really not that bad. But like soy that's like chopped up, fried, and shaped like bacon, that's like imitation bacon, is like not my favorite thing in the whole world. Yo, Kenzie, what's up? Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Fake bacon edition. Tudor Pearl, hello, hi. Hope you're having a great day/night. I've been having a weird day/night, but it's actually improving hanging out with everyone. You guys are awesome. Good company. Seriously. Hi, Brian and chat. Hey, what's up, Nina? Hope you're all doing well. Wanted to pop in to wish everyone a good day/night. Stay safe and stay hydrated. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and you put it in a pancake. What a good reference there. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes. If you guys don't know that reference, you have to leave the stream legally. Sorry, that's a law it's a world law, actually. I was gonna say it's a law in the US, but I'm pretty sure that's a law across the world. You have to leave legally. It's true. You guys have inspired me to go make chocolate chip Eggos. Oh man, that actually sounds fucking dope right now. That sounds so good right now. Breakfast food, when it's not breakfast time, always slaps way harder. I don't know what that is. What's like the psychological effect behind that? Is it just because it's like growing up, you know, like, oh, this is breakfast food for breakfast time specifically. And then like as we got older, we were like, oh, this is fun. This is a this is a fun thing I can do as an adult. I can have breakfast whenever I want now. Like, I don't know, something about breakfast when it's not breakfast time slaps so hard, and it makes it taste so much better, and I don't know why. And it shouldn't. It's the same food. It's so good. I mean, breakfast food slaps regardless of the hour. True. Very true. But, like, outside of breakfast hours, for whatever reason, it just hits so much harder. Maybe it's because, like, it's limited still. Like, you know, you go to, like, so many places, they don't serve breakfast after, like, X hour. They're like, oh, we're so sorry. It's 11 a.m. We don't serve breakfast right now. Like, that's the fucking worst thing to hear ever. When I, like, go to a restaurant, and I'm like, hey, can I please have a breakfast sandwich? And they're like, we're so sorry. We don't serve breakfast after 11 a.m. I'm like, well, why did I come here? How are you still in business? That's really what it is. But, like, I love breakfast after breakfast time, and I guess maybe that's part of it. Is like it's just not readily available everywhere after a certain time in the day. I don't know. Same Brian, I feel this. It's so good, right? Once again, late, my bad. What's up, guys? Hey, no worries. Oh my God, there's a handprint on here. Actual horror movie looking handprint. Well, the evidence is gone now. No one will ever know the crime that was committed. Listen, I gotta get paid, guys, and I'm not getting paid for leaving crime scene evidence on a vehicle. All right? My question is, why is brunch such a big deal? I don't know, honestly. Like, I like going to brunch every now and then. I mean, obviously, like, pre-pandemic, mainly. But, like, I guess people just like having options. And they like having fun labels for stuff, I suppose, that make it seem quirky and weird, but it's really like you're literally just eating breakfast at lunchtime. Which is awesome, but, like, I mean, it's just breakfast at lunchtime. I don't know. I don't know when that became like a cultural thing. Like, not that I insult it, because, like I said, I partake in that sometimes myself. Back when I was visiting Ethan last, I think we went out for brunch every single day, which was kind of awesome. Especially because the place he takes us to is this really good diner that is just fucking fantastic. Some of the best, like, omelets I've ever had in my life. Oh my gosh, yes. I have a weakness for Taco Bell breakfast. Oh my God, don't say that, because now I'm going to have to, like, wake up for Taco Bell breakfast now. I always get so sad when I have a craving for it, it's too late. Those grande steak burritos. Oh my God, Evie, are we like the same person? Because that is my favorite item. Those are so good. Those are unbelievably slept on. The breakfast crunch wraps? Yeah, but everyone knows the breakfast crunch wraps. Those are like the signature dish. Those are awesome, by the way. But the steak grande burritos are fucking so good. I would do something crazy. I'd go skydiving for a steak grande burrito. Breakfast burrito from Taco Bell. I do something wacky. I do I do a 100 baby challenge in The Sims 4 for a grande steak burrito. Those are really good. They're so fucking good. Now I want one. Now I'm gonna have to get up for that. Now I'm gonna have to do that. Taco Bell's cinnamon twists are amazing. Okay, so that's a divisive opinion. I know a ton of people who hate those, that are like, those are just styrofoam with cinnamon sugar on them. Those suck. Me personally, I don't mind them. Like, I'll eat them if they're included in a meal, but, like, I don't go out of my way for the cinnamon twists. I'm pretty neutral on it. But I know some people with, like, bizarrely, like, strong opinions about those. Like, where it's like, wow, they just deleted me from the contacts in their phone because I said that I eat those sometimes. You know? I'm sorry? No, you're not. You knew what this would happen. You just mention a grande steak burrito from Taco Bell breakfast. Oh, my God. It's like activating like a sleeper cell in my brain. Biscuits and gravy, like the good homemade kind, are so good. Oh, man, like country gravy? Like biscuits and country gravy are some of my favorite food. It is one of the biggest things I miss about living in the South. Hey, bud, do you know if the mayor's cat's still missing? I'm up at the volcano, and I think I see him on the outer rim. Going in for a closer look. That sounds smart and safe, Calvin. Have fun doing that. I never knew until now that I really want to see you do a 100 baby challenge. I don't remember if you've been in any of the streams where I've talked about my experience with The Sims, Anna. Yo, Tom. What the heck? Thank you for the chickens.
For the burrito and definitely not also the baby challenge. Unless...
I didn't say pay me for the baby challenge. Oh my gosh. Now people are going to really want me to do that. Okay, let me explain this real quick here to everyone. Whether you've been here for a while or not, I've talked about this a couple times before. Thank you so much, by the way, Tom. That's really nice of you. I am not good at The Sims. Sorry, my phone is acting up. Oh my God. Must have missed it. I don't remember you mentioning The Sims. I've mentioned The Sims a number of times over the course of the channel, because I'll randomly have, like, we'll be playing some game, and, like, I think it was mainly when I was doing, like, Animal Crossing streams. People were like, oh, Brian, you should do, like, Sims streams, because it's, like, similar energy of, like, you're taking care of stuff, and you're just vibing, and it's such a mellow game. And it's like, maybe to you, that's a mellow game. I know to Morgan it's a mellow game. Morgan is really good at The Sims. Morgan has played every Sims under the sun. I am... Imagine a drunk child that you put behind the wheel of a bumper car and tell to drive in a certain direction. That is me at the controls of Sims. I will have all those little bubbles pop up. Boop, boop. This Sim needs to get a job. Make sure that you use the computer to do a job search. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can take care of that. I'll start doing that. As that's up there on the screen. Boop. Another bubble pops up. This Sim, their hygiene is bad. Make sure that, like, you know, this is all the tutorial shit, too. I've already wasted 4 hours making 2 characters in the character creator. This Sim's hygiene's not very good. Make sure that you keep an eye on their hunger and their hygiene bars so that they can live happily and in comfort. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I can do those 2 things. That's fine. Literally, like, 15 minutes later, one of them will be on fire in the kitchen because I tried to feed them and I stopped paying attention to them. And then the other one will be jobless and crying, like, in the bathroom. And have shit themselves or something. Like, that's... Every Sims playthrough I've ever done, and Morgan can attest to this, I have killed my Sims in, like, half an hour. Unintentionally. Not like doing like a meme run of like, oh, let's see how long I can have them swim without the ladder in the pool. Or like, it's nothing like that. Ever. It's literally like I'm trying. And like, I just cannot micromanage enough to keep any of them fucking alive at all. Corey, thank you for the raid, by the way. Welcome. Lizzie, thank you so much for the 20 bits. It's so nice of you. Virtual Wegmans birthday cake for everyone who wants a slice. You know what? I've crapped on Wegmans a couple times during these streams, but I will say their bakery goods are so good. They're really, really awesome. They're very tasty. And also, Azula Ivy, thank you for the 8-month resub with Prime. That's really nice of you. Thank you for using your 1 Prime a month on me. Super, super cool of you. Very, 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 very flattering anytime anyone does that. Pride and speedrun Sim 4 death on accident. Literally, yeah, no, that is what happens. I am not ever, like, I want to, learn how to play the game better, and I'm just not capable of it. I'm just not good at that game. I'm not good. Have you been, by the way, dude? Hope all has been going well with you and Morgan. Overall, you know, 2021's been better than 2020. Not that the bar was very high. This past weekend was kind of shit. Got some bad news about some stuff, but, you know, I'm hanging in there. I'm dealing with things. But enjoying spraying down a fake fire truck with fake water right now. Hope you've been well also, though, man. Give us the fastest time. For me killing all the Sims in my home, like literally like half an hour. It is. It will be Morgan. I remember on our old laptop. With our old laptop, we had Sims 2. And Morgan used to play the crap out of it, like did all the career goals and like made her Sims like super successful, and they were enjoying life and able to do so much stuff. And I was like, hey, that looks kind of fun. Like, I've never been good at The Sims. I kind of want to try that. And she was like, yeah. So like, she helped me make a character, and I made this like really goofy looking dude, and it was like, haha, this is going to be really funny and fun. I can't wait to see, like, what he yells at. Like, oh, wacky, silly Sims. He's going to, like, accidentally burn his toast and be like, oh, no. And, like, speak in Simlish and listen to, like, Simlish TV shows and shit. Within 15 minutes, he had somehow failed his, like, cooking skill check. So, the kitchen was on fire. Instead of walking out of the like proximity of the fire, he just stood there screaming in Simlish, blah, 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 whatever they fucking do while they like grip their head. And his arms were catching on fire, and then he died. I literally just was playing like a guy who I just wanted to like make into like a businessman or something. Like, I was like, oh, what if I take this, like, silly-looking stoner guy and make him into, like, a really successful businessman? Like, that was, like, the plan. Like, this wasn't for content or anything. This was, like, this is just how I play games in my free time. And he died, and death came by and did his whoosh with the freaking sickle, and his soul was gone, and he was dead, and my sim was dead after I'd spent, like, 2 hours in the character creator. So that was my Sims run. Most recently, when I played The Sims. So, did you flirt with that? I couldn't flirt with death. I was dead. My guy was like a bachelor. He lived by himself. He had like a blonde goatee. Oh my god, the Guy Fieri stuff's coming back. This is talking about Guy Fieri a moment ago. I killed Guy Fieri. Holy shit. What's wrong with me? But I love, see, that's the thing, though. Like, you saying that right there, there's so many people who do goofy shit like that in The Sims, right? It's like, oh, 100 baby challenge. Whoa, so wacky. I can't believe we have so many babies. Or like, oh, man, I killed one of the members of my household on purpose so I could flirt with death and, like, make death move in with me and play, like, computer games. So wacky, so funny. And, like, I'll see other people play the games like that, and I'll be like, that's so fun. That's so funny. I want to do that. And then I fuck it up immediately. I cannot micromanage for the life of me. I would have to pause the game like every 30 seconds to make sure that like one of my like eccentric Sims had not like blown up their house. I don't know. How could you kill the triple D Lord? I didn't mean to. Guy deserved better. Does anyone here know about basement goblins? I don't. Can't say I'm too familiar. But, I don't know. I watch Sims content, and I'll be like, that seems so fun. I can't touch that game without feeling completely inadequate. I don't know how to do anything. So, yeah. 100 baby run... I would be lucky if it was a 1 baby run in Sims. Zero exaggeration. If I could get 2 Sims to fall in love without like my potential partner hating my sim, and I could get them to woohoo and have a baby, that would be a goddamn miracle. Sim survival run. Every time I boot up the game, it is it's sim survival run. Brian is bad at The Sims confirmed. Yeah, see, like I said, you can ask Morgan. She watched me. Like, I was like, Morgan, what is fucking happening? What's going on? And she was like, your guy's on fire. And it was like, all I did was had him cook. And then he died in front of us. And then I was like, can I bring him back? And she was like, no, he's dead. like you have to start over. And I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I murdered someone. Well, and I didn't even murder him. It was like he had an electrical fire or something. Well, he's like cooking eggs. It's where you put a small room under your house, aka a basement, and you make a character that hates people and is an artist. In their room, there's no door, but there's a toilet, bed, fridge, and stove, and you make them paint 24/7 till their paintings are worth millions and nobody in the house has to work. That's really funny. Morgan and I actually recently watched the streamer Germa985 do a Sims, I think it was a Sims 1 run, where he did something similar. It wasn't that he trapped the person like that, but he made his Sims not get a job and only do art. And eventually their paintings were, like, they were living paycheck to paycheck, but it was working. It just not like super efficiently. Whereas that sounds like that's like a way more, that sounds like a real strategy. And seeing as how I can't even play the basic game right, I don't know if strategy is for me. I just don't know. Like, I grew up playing like other types of strategy games, like RTS games, like Civilization and like StarCraft and shit like that. Like, I grew up playing like games like that. Age of Empires, whatever. You know, I'm in charge of entire, like, nations, and I, like, go to war, and I, like, raise taxes or whatever, or lower taxes, and do whatever, like, in those games. Those were fun for me, because, like, you know, there's, like, still combat and shit. The Sims is just, like, an issue of object permanence, where, like, somebody will be like, I have to piss. And I'll be like, okay, that guy's got to piss, but this guy's about to die of hunger. So I'm going to feed this guy who's going to die of hunger because, like, if this other guy pisses his pants, that's not, like, the worst thing in the world. And then the guy who has to piss his pants, like, walks out of the room and then, like, goes and pisses in, like, the like, office, like, the computer room. I don't know that he just did that for, like, 10 minutes because he walked out of my, like, line of sight and, like, the object permanence is, like, fucking ruined all of that for me. That's hard for me. It's very, very difficult for me for some reason. I think it's just because it's not. It's very different because it's like not a bunch of numbers. I think like a lot of times with those like RTS games, like you see like, oh, your economy is doing like this well. It has this much. You have this much money in your empire's bank. And you're like, ah, good, I can buy 600 troops with those. But, like, if there's a bar that's just, like, this is the piss bar, and, like, this bar, once it hits 0, like, your sim pees their pants, I'll go, I don't have, like, an indication of how much 1/3 of the piss bar is. So, like, I hope that me attending this other sim for 5 minutes is enough time for that other guy not to piss his pants before I click back to him. Brian, Bessie, this is a personal slice of my birthday cake, especially for you. It's got a little rose on it, so your week is just a little sweeter. Get it? Because it's cake. Nothing but the best for my comfort streamer. Lizzie, that's nice of you. Thank you. I do, like I said, I've talked shit a couple times on Wegmans, mainly not because the stores so much, but, like, the weird, like, shopper consumer culture that's formed in Rochester around them has gotten very weird over the years. And to grow up around that is like just bizarre to see. But 100,000,000%, if you guys ever get a chance to visit a Wegmans bakery, buy everything you fucking see. Buy the bagels. Buy the cookies. Buy the brownies. Buy the cakes. Buy the pies. They're so good. You speed up the game and the piss bar goes zoom. Hey, what's up, Cammy? Welcome to the stream. The iced sugar cookies with the sprinkles especially. Yeah, the shortbread cookies there, holy crap. Super slept on, so good. Really, really love me a good Wegmans shortbread cookie. With the frosting and the sprinkles. Aura Smith says, hey, Doc. We have a lovely little job for you up at the house when you're free. No weird stuff, promise. That means that there will absolutely be weird stuff. And Calvin wants to talk to me. I'm popular today. It's definitely Ulysses. I can see his funny leg. Yeah? Okay. Well, have fun, Calvin. I thought you were climbing into a volcano a second ago, dude. Why would a cat hang out 10 feet from a lava flow, though? Because it's a cat and they're fucking weird, dude. There's so many weird pictures of Sig. I always give my Sims the attribute iron bladder so that I don't have to worry about them. I didn't know that was a thing, but that's awesome. I guess it's like the world's best log fire. True, Calvin. So true. Iron bladder sounds like the exact opposite of the genetics that I got. I have, like, paper mache bladder. Where it's like, as soon as, like, a drop of pee forms in my bladder, I have to find a bathroom. Like, no matter how recent it was that I went pee. Probably because I drink water, like, all the time, though. I am very well hydrated. I have good hydration. But maybe a little bit too much. Maybe I gotta settle down with that, huh? Maybe chat's gotta use less of the hydrate command. Or when they do, I just don't listen to chat. How would that make you feel, chat? Would you feel very invalid if I did not drink every time you use the hydrate command? Would that make you sad? Small bladder bros. I'm so glad you don't feel so alone anymore. Like I see why not just redeemed. What if I just ignore that? What if I dehydrate, actually? Well, no, that would imply I'm peeing right now, which I'm not doing. But what? What if I wasn't hydrating right now? Would I be canceled for that? You do you. If you're peeing right now while you're streaming, you do you. Thank you for the judgment-free zone. That means a lot. Brian is in fact peeing right now, confirmed. You heard it here, folks, on the #1 source for Twitch streamer news. You washing, son? What's up, Hellcat? I sure do be washing. We do a little bit of washing around here. We do a little washing. We've been known to wash a thing or two. Oh, come on. These steps are, like, so close to being done, dude. Yes. Yes. Complete. Fantastic. Very, very good. Pea stream? Peem. What would that entail? Like, I know you guys love making up your silly terms. I know you guys like making up your funny memes in chat. But what would that actually, like, logistically, what would that entail? That wouldn't get me banned. P. Okay, yeah, I get that part. I think we're on the same page there. Like, that would not get me banned. I want to see chat. I'm going to give chat a fun challenge. How would you make that work where it would remain within TOS? Because you all can make up all the funny haha memes about things that, like, hypothetically could happen if there wasn't a bunch of rules that Twitch as a company set out for its streamers to follow and communities to follow. The TOS, the terms of service. But how would you make that work otherwise? So Sub goal for Peem, 1 million subs. Agree to it, Brian. You won't. I'll agree to it mainly because 1 million is an impossible number to get on Twitch. So deal. Great deal, by the way. You turn around. Oh, God. All right, okay. We can actually work with that. I think what would have to happen would be, even if chat knew what was happening, there could be no real indication, like, on the stream that that's what was happening. Like, it would have to be, like, back-facing the camera, right? And then no audio during the moments where, you know, like the sound, like the tinkling sound would exist, right? No audio. And then no indication from, like, chat would have to, like, sign, like, an NDA. It was like, we can't mention P this stream. Like, we can't even imply that we know that real P is happening this stream. Then I think it would be TO, like, we could get away with it, theoretically. Like, chat would be in on it. They would already be aware of what was happening. But, like, Twitch then would not be able to, like, theoretically, they would not be able to ban me then. Like, they would not be able to do that because, like, what would their grounds be? We saw your back, and we assumed you were peeing. You were hunched sort of in the position that, like, someone who would be peeing would be in. So I think, like, that would be the only way. If you do a hot tub stream and pee in the pool, no one will know. True. Oh, so I have a question for chat. Were you guys ever told growing up, because I was told this by my fucking parents, and this, like, scarred me for life. I was told that public pools and hot tubs, they used to put these, like, I was told by my parents that they put special tablets in them that if you peed in the pool or the hot tub, it would, like, turn the water, like, purple or blue. Okay, so other people got this too. And this is, okay, first of all, this is not true. Because I've peed in so many public pools in my life as a kid. But, like, that's not a real thing. I was scarred by when it happened in Grown Ups. That's right. Yeah, they even put it in the movie Grown Ups.
Yo.
Crypt, thank you very much for 25 months with Prime. That means a lot. Thank you very, very much. Sure, as a kid. Listen, I live by a lake. I go pee in the lake now. What are you talking about? So much more water. Brooke, take care. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you a lot. Hope that, like I said before, crazy stuff starts getting less crazy for you. We appreciate you. But yeah, it was like weird white lies like that, like, my parents told me, like, growing up, you know? That were always just so bizarre. No wonder why Lake Ontario tastes funny. Yeah, all because of me. Oh, God. But yeah, I was told, like, if you pee in the pool, if you pee in the public pool at, like, the YMCA, the water's gonna turn blue and everyone will know. That's, like, a weirdly, like, traumatizing thing to tell your kid. Like, your kid is just then automatically always, like, 1,000,000,000%, like, afraid and anxious. Okay, I'm within a whisker of Ulysses now. Are we gonna, like, witness Calvin die via text message here? Is that what this plot line is about him at the volcano trying to get this fucking cat? Is that what's going on, dude? We're up on this outcrop, and Mount Rushless is rumbling more than ever. Is it going to be the movie trope where Calvin dies halfway through the text? I've always been a dog man, and now I know why. Okay. I always found that really funny in movies when someone would be like writing a message, and then it would like fade off halfway through. I'd be like, "Look out for the." It's like, no, autocorrect would have like fixed that. When you sent that, it wouldn't say "gwa."
Also have my RPG biddies and then I'm out for the night. Love you.
Yo, Crip, thank you so much. That's really nice of you. I hope you get some good rest. Thank you so much for dropping by and supporting the stream that way. That was really nice of you. Like, I always feel like, you know, I would be like, "Look out for the evil gorilla," and like it would be like, "Look out for the evil." It wouldn't say evil, and then like 5 O's. It would like change that to like Goodwill, like the thrift store, and then like people would be like, "The evil Goodwill." Oh, that is right. They don't donate to the community. What? Huh, that's very weird. The evil Goodwill. Which locations do we have to look out for? Shiro, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hi. Welcome. I always found that really weird when movies did that. Like modern movies, obviously. Like old phones don't do that. Old phones, you could probably get away with the text, but like, not new phones, not new movies. When I was a kid, some kid God damn it, Moose. When I was a kid, some kid shit in the pool and tried to pretend it wasn't him. He was like 14. Oh, that poor guy. That poor kid. Also, pretty yucky, but I'm assuming if that's what was happening to him, something else was going on that made him do that. Maybe he had a bad burrito the night before or something. I don't know. That sucks. That's gross. I was in the pool. I didn't say not pour other people in the pool as well. Like, pour you also for being a part of that. I used to work as a lifeguard at a water park, by the way, for those of you who don't know. I think I've shared the story before. But we would have what was called code yellows and code browns. Not very well, like, you know, that's not sneaky. Anyone who heard us on the walkie-talkies to each other, go, "Hey, we have a code brown." I absolutely knew someone had shit in the pool. Very discreet. But we had that happen. And the worst place that it happened, you'd think that like the worst place that it happened would be like, oh man, why is my net shitting the bed all of a sudden? Speaking of shitting. You'd think like the worst place that would happen would be like the slides or something. But the thing is 99% of the time, the people who shit on the slides, I'm assuming did so because they like were like, "Well, I gotta get down to the bottom really quick. So I'm just gonna hold it until I get to the bottom." And they would manage to do at least that much. Like, you know, that's the bare minimum right there. Whoa, seriously, internet, what the fuck's going on? I got an email from my internet company that said that they were going to give me 5 times the speed for no additional cost because it was their anniversary or something. I wonder if it's like 5 times the speed, but like none of the stability. But you would think, though. You would think that would be a gross place. But what would happen is they would, you could always tell who it was who did it. Because they go down like those body slides where you like cross your arms and legs going down them and you go down like a 40-foot drop and it's like horrifying. And you get all like the water up your ass. But they'd get down at the bottom and you'd see people like stand up really fucking fast, like bolt upright. Like someone had just like tasered them in the back all of a sudden. Like they just like super stiff straight up. And they'd like put their hands like normal, because it was like always a dude. They'd put their hands in the waistband of their swim trunks and they'd just like give themselves like a wedgie. They'd like pull up their shorts like as hard as they could, and they'd just like robot walk away. Like their feet would like move really fucking fast, but like in small footsteps. And they'd be like, like to get away. So you always knew. You were like, okay, that guy shit his pants right there. We're going to call Code Brown, and we're going to shut down the slide. And because the slides are one person a turn, like I said, actually wasn't that bad. Because, like, you'd think that. You'd be like, oh, that's disgusting, poop, and then the poop's, like, in the slide, and then everyone has to use the slide, dude. No, it's... You knew. You go, okay, Code Brown on the body luge. So we're calling that. We're going to shut down the ride for, like, an hour and say it's due to maintenance. That's always what we did. So it was maintenance. So that we could, like, do a full cycle of, like, the chlorine and the water and make it all clean again. And that's how the slide was. The worst place where it happened was the lazy river. Because I don't know if it was just, like, drunk dudes or if it was, like, kids who were doing it or people who thought they were being funny. But, like, for those of you who've never been, like, in a lazy river, you get, like, a tube. And it's like a tube. You're sitting in a big floating donut. So your ass is normally hanging in the water. And, you know, if you're wearing swim trunks and your waistband's, like, a little bit below, you know, below port, below the exit zone, I'm assuming that's how they would get away with it. Or try to. And the problem with the lazy river is no one's eye level is like on the surface of the water. There's usually so many people in the lazy river too. Yes, exactly, Anixis. Everyone's like looking around at each other like, oh, we're all floating around. This is so fun. This is great. And everyone's sort of like looking at an upward angle because their ass is in the water and they're like sort of curled up and they're looking like diagonally upwards pretty much. No one's like looking down into the water most of the time, except for the people who put their legs through the tube and then like walk around in the lazy river. But most people don't do that. So normally what ends up happening is no one reports that there's a piece of shit floating in the lazy river. And you as the lifeguard at the lazy river are standing at your assigned post. There were normally like 5 of us on the lazy river, like one for like each of the big bends. You just be standing there, and all of a sudden around the corner there'd be like a break in the number of people. Little bit of a poopy having its lazy time along the current. And you'd have to call on the walkie. You go, hey, we got a Code Brown on the 3rd bend of the lazy river. By the time you guys get here, it'll probably be on the 5th bend. So maybe someone should get here. And yeah, that was the worst place because you don't know how long that was in there. You don't know who did it. You don't know why they did it. You just know that all of a sudden there was a poopy there. The other place that was always pretty yucky was the wave pool. Because obviously, like those were pretty, like most people were pretty quick to catch those. Like that it had happened. Because like, I mean, that's an actual pool and everyone's like looking at the water, looking at the waves. But the fact that it's sort of like churning around in there, pretty yucky. Not my favorite. There was a lot of experiences I had at the water park. It changed me. Think of all the water you've swallowed at a water park, Moose. Oh no, fucking A, no. Oh God, Moose. Wait, what is this mild joke you said? It was marinating, god damn it. Yeah, normally because the water park The water park I worked at was like all concrete, so it was like 90 degrees, whether that was the weather outside or not. It was just the sun was baking everything. So yeah. Water parks are not a thing I can ever do again. Okay, so here's the thing. I always find it funny when I like tell a story like that, and people are like, "I never will go to a water park again." Water parks are really not sanitary. They're like one of the least sanitary. Like, sure, there's like chlorine in the water and shit. Yeah, exactly. Like Shira said, it is people soup. It is just like barefoot kids spitting and dropping their food everywhere. Stinky, sweaty people jumping into water without like taking a shower first. It is. They're not sanitary places. They're gross as hell. I would go home from my job at the water park and I would like take like a 2-hour shower. Make your own water park in your own backyard or bathtub. Right. Like, they're fun. I won't lie. I've gone to a bunch of water parks in my lifetime. They're pretty fun. But it's a lot more fun when you just don't ever think about anything but what you're in the process of doing. I haven't been in one since I was a kid. I prefer the beach. Plenty of fish to eat. Anything in there. So many children. God, I'm not going to read the rest of that. Oh, God. I worked Hurricane Harbor briefly. I never went back to a water park after. It kind of does change you. It does. You see things, you hear things. The only good benefit I had at my job, too. So like, the dude who ran the water park I worked at was an absolute cheapskate. And he paid us, like, really shitty. And he, like, didn't comp lunches or anything like that. But once a week, we got a voucher where we could go to the snack stand and we could get any snack we wanted that was $4 or under. Which was funny because the only snack at the snack stand that was $4 or under was a soft pretzel. So we would get to go to the snack stand and get a soft pretzel if we wanted it, but it was not $4 towards something that was $5. So it wouldn't be like, oh, I want the $5 hot dog today. Oh, that's now a $1 hot dog? Cool, that's an okay deal. It was, you could only use it in full for an item that was $4 or less. I fucking love soft pretzels. Okay, so let me clarify very quickly. $4 pretzel there was not, we're not talking about like your shopping mall Annie Ann's delicious, coated in butter, awesome soft pretzel. Like God tier snack food. They're those like dry, they're the ones from like the soft pretzel brands that like you have to like, that you buy in the freezer section at the grocery store. That come with no butter. They don't even have butter in the dough. You have to like put the like rock salt looking salt on them yourself. They were terrible. And they sat out on the little like pretzel carousel all day long. So they were dry as fuck by the time like you got to them. They were super dry. As nasty as water parks are, nothing beats an insanely artificial snow cone after a day at the water park. That is true. That's like a slappy summer memory. Like that is the type of summer memory where you're like, that tracks is like top 3. Like snow cones after like a hot day at the water park, very good. Very, very good stuff. But yeah, my boss at the water park, he like, obviously he ran everything. He knew what he was doing when he gave us those like voucher. Here's your voucher for the week. It pays to work here for like $6.20 an hour or whatever the hell it was. Without any benefits or anything, because you're a kid here for a summer job. And I like cheap labor. It was, he knew exactly. He knew that you go, oh, $4 voucher, that's great. And then you'd go over to the snack stand and go, nothing's changed in price. $4 gets me just the soft pretzel. That's not really that soft anymore. It's kind of dry. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite. Cinnamon nugget pretzel. Oh my god. Cinnamon nugget pretzels. Those are so good. The cinnamon nugget pretzels from Annie Ann's. Like, I would eat those, like, over cookies or, like, cake. Your reward got you a hard pretzel and a cup of ice. Yeah. Yeah, the lunch break sucked, too, because what happened was, so we got a half-hour lunch break, right? For every, like, 4 hours we worked or something. I can't remember or 8 hours we worked or something. And the thing about it was, you had to, like, walk from whatever, like, station you were at as a lifeguard. So if I was on, like, the lazy river all the way across the park, and it's, like, it was like I had half an hour to eat my lunch, and you had to eat it in the break room. You were not allowed to eat it in front of guests in one of the dining areas or, like, at your station. You had to walk back to the break room to, like, clock out for your lunch. So you'd walk back to your break room, and normally I, like, packed myself, like, a Lunchable or something, because, like, I couldn't afford anything else. And by the time I walked from, like, wherever I was, 7 minutes had passed by. So it was now a 23-minute lunch break, except I had to factor in the fact I had to walk to a different ride from my next station 10 minutes away. So it was like a 13-minute lunch break. So that was a weird thing that we were expected to do as well. The guests cannot see you eat this pretzel. They can't see your face of disappointment of how bad it is. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reasoning behind that. I would not be that surprised if it was like, the guests can't know how shitty our food is. Like, because that's the thing is, like, people from all over the area came to this water park. Like, I didn't grow up in, like, a very big town, but, like, one of the, like, only touristy type things you could do there besides, like, see the lake was go to this water park. And people came from all over the place thinking, like, this place was going to be awesome. And I never knew why, because there's a place that's, like, an hour away called Darien Lake that is, like, way fucking better. It used to be, it is a Six Flags now, I believe. But it's like a local theme park that's, like, way fucking better than what we did for, like, the same price. Maybe they only let you have the pretzel because it was the one food item no one wanted. Soft pretzels do not seem appetizing as a water park snack. Yeah, so, like, the grossest part about them, right, was, like, you know, if you had, like, just washed your hands or something, and you went to, like, grab a soft pretzel, like, if you had any amount of, like, water or condensation on your hands, it just, like, made them a little soggy. It's, like, gross. You said Darien Lake, I just freaked out a little. I used to go to Warp Tour there. Yes! J-Stitches, that is the Darien Lake location I went to. I went there for years and years and years. I don't know what years you were there for it, but that is where Morgan and I both went separately before we even knew each other. Went to Darien Lake Warp Tour. That place was awesome. It was really, really good. And as a theme park, it's, like, pretty cool. But they had awesome stage setups most years. There was a couple years they kind of missed the mark with it. But overall, it was a lot of good memories there. Ew, yeah. Soft pretzels are less than beaver tails? Wait, what are beaver tails again? I know what these are. I don't get breaks at work unless we have ridiculously high labor numbers. That's shitty. I'm sorry. I haven't had to work part-time like that in, like, a long time. So, I forget what it's like. Canadian? Yeah, I know beaver tails are Canadian. I just forgot what they actually are. Went there in the mid-2010s. Not the best bands, but it was still very fun. Yeah, I think I was, like, not going to as many Warped Tours back then. Yo, dude. I just noticed this, chat, because, again, object permanence. There's a food market and a diner and a motel. Oh, my God. Let me wash all this shit, please. They're made of Canadians. It's like, no, you've misread the situation. Beaver tails are actually made out of Canadians. That is one thing that I hope changes someday, is like part-time workers getting guaranteed breaks the same way full-time workers do. Because that shit is like awful. Like not like going to work is, oh sorry, you're only here for 7.5 hours, not the full 8, so you don't get a lunch break or your 15-minute breaks either. Like that's insane to me. I'm gonna roll tonight. Elephant ears are greater than beaver tails? Wait, what are elephant ears? Beaver tails are a Canadian thing, I think. Deep fried dough, usually with cinnamon and sugar on it, but can have other toppings. Okay, yeah, so that's like fried dough or like funnel cakes or whatever that we have here. Deep fried Canadians. What? Wait, what the fuck, America? Yeah, I mean, America, we are not really known for generosity when it comes to employee treatment. So that's how we do. That's the way the cookie crumbles. It's fucking terrible, honestly. It's really awful. I worked a couple jobs like that. When I worked a job at a mall kiosk when I was in college that was like so shitty, but like I was a college kid and I was like, I have to afford rent, so I have to work this really shitty job. I worked for Borders Bookstore back before they went bankrupt, selling calendars for them before they moved me to a store employee. And it was so bad, dude. It was so bad. Like the loopholes they had where they're like, oh, well, sorry, we scheduled you for 6 hours today, so 0 breaks for you. If you have to go pee, then just good luck. Canada, we get 15-minute breaks after 4 hours and a 30 paid break at 8. Yeah, it's supposed to, so like full-time workers are like guaranteed by the state, at least here in New York, like 2 15-minute breaks and like a lunch break. But part-time workers are not guaranteed those same luxuries for certain industries, and it's really bizarre. Like the loopholes that like a lot of people go through. Deep fried slabs of dough that you can get different types of toppings on. They're delicious. The original cinnamon sugar ones are wonderful. All these sound so good. I would eat all these things. I want these things that you guys are talking about in chat. I want a beaver tail. I mean, like I said, that's basically just funnel cakes and like fried dough here. That's basically what those are. So I don't know why I'm saying I want those things. Like, I still want those things, but I don't need specifically beaver tails or elephant ears. Like, I can, like, buy fried dough. And it's the same thing. They're really good. I think I saw someone mention churros as well. Churros are so awesome. Churros are delicious. They're kind of like churros, except they're shaped as a flat towel instead of a convenient stick. Yeah. The churros are, like, the stick-shaped guys. Like, I love churros because they're so easy to carry around and stuff. Normally you need like for like fried dough or funnel cake or beaver tails or elephant ears, you need like a plate to like put them on. So I like those. The amount of length usually depends on hours worked, right? Yeah, so in New York State, it's like required 2 15-minute breaks, like specifically, and then like a 30-minute like meal break. If you are full-time employed. At least that when I worked in the corporate world for way too long. Like, goddamn. Like, when I talk to you guys about how much I appreciate this job and, like, doing this as, like, my job, I worked, like, there's obviously, like, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators out there who have gotten into this a lot younger than me. Like, I'm a boomer by content creator standards just based on age alone, not just based on how long I've been doing this. But a lot of them were young enough that they went straight from high school or college or, like, during that time, they became full-time content creators. There's a ton of content creators out there who have gotten to make that transition, which is fantastic because they got to not do shitty like corporate jobs and stuff. As someone who's a million years old, I worked so many like business industry career jobs in my life that sucked ass. So I'm very familiar with a lot of this stuff. Like, because sometimes I will bring up like what we're talking about right now, chat, about like work breaks and like shitty minimum wage and stuff. And like some of them will be like, I don't know what you're talking about, because they never really had to work in those settings ever. And that's not me saying like, oh, they should have to and they're ungrateful and they don't know anything. It's nothing like that. It's more of like I always forget that that's actually the reality of the content creation space. And it's why I say, like, I've had so many people be like, Brian, you say thank you like an awful lot. Like implying like I just say thank you too much and it's going to like give people like appreciation burnout or something. That's not the way I see it. Like, I want you guys to know, like, I am so fucking goddamn grateful that I do not ever have to, like, step into, like, an office job again. I did that for so long. I ran my own company for a while. I managed a department at a different company for a while. I have worked as a call center person. I have done customer service. I have done retail. I have done food service. I have done so much when it comes to those types of jobs that, like, when you guys, like, are like, this shitty thing happened at work today, I want you to know I totally fucking get it. And I'm so sorry. But also, from my side of it, like, thank you so much for supporting me enough that, like, this is my job. What I am doing right now, like, that's wild to me. That will never make any sense to me. And I'm really, really thankful. So thank you so much to everyone who's just, like, who hangs out here, who joins the community, who wants to, like, vibe and share in, like, just fun energy. And I hope that I'm helping you guys in some kind of way, you know? Not saying, like, what I do is specifically special or unique in any kind of way, but, like, I hope that, like, those of you who come home after, like, kind of a shitty day at work know that there is, like, a place where you can hang out and you can kick your feet up and you can just chill out and not be judged for, like, being quiet and vibing or just joking around in chat. Like, I hope that that's this place for a lot of you guys. Like, I really, really do. Because I know, like, when I was working those jobs, I did not really have that. Like, I came home and I lost myself in video games. I came home and I watched bad cable TV or watched the same fucking DVD I had watched 25 times already. Like, streaming wasn't, like, a big thing yet. So there wasn't, like, really that, like, one-on-one sort of connection that you get of, like, talking to, like, someone who's making content live or talking to the community members that they have around them. That wasn't, like, a thing. So I hope that us just hanging out night after night is something that, like, I know a lot of you have said that you look forward to that, but I really, really hope that I can be that for some people because I've been in your shoes. I've been there. And I also want to let people know, like I talk about all the time, like, if you're stuck in that right now and you don't like it, I am living proof after doing that shit for such a goddamn long time that you don't have to forever if you don't want to. There are ways out. They take a lot of energy. They take a lot of time. They take a lot of, dedication. They take sometimes some luck. But there are options for you out there, and I hope that you can find those. And in the meantime, we're all going to be rooting you on, Honestly, working at a movie theater almost killed me. Hell, most of those jobs did. I didn't make progress on disability stuff until I left retail completely. Retail is especially, like, such a unique beast. It's, like, such a weird thing. Because, like, it's never just what you're hired for, right? Like, you're like, oh, I'll work at this place as, like, a cashier. That means I will just click on buttons and, cash people out, give them their change and say, have a nice day after scanning their items. That's it. No, you're never just a cashier. You're doing customer service. You're helping out, like, on the front end, doing other things that, like, they need help with. If you're low on staff, if people are being weird and holding things up, like, there are things outside the job description that are expected of you. Retail's so weird like that. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a salesperson, you're a cashier, you're a front-end manager, whatever. You have 1,000 different fucking hats that you have to wear. Nothing but respect to people in retail. Working retail, I say this all the time, but, like, I almost feel like people should be required to, like, work retail as, like, their first job, so we have less of the, like, crazy people who come in and are assholes to, like, retail workers for no reason, so that they can, like, fucking understand how much goes into that job. I do not shout at retail workers. I do not talk down to them. I do not, and that's the bare minimum. This isn't like me being like, oh, I see you as people too. Like, that's the bare fucking minimum. Is like, be nice to retail workers. Be nice to anyone, but especially be nice to people in service industries who are like serving you stuff and doing things for you. Like, I do not like when I see people disrespect like retail workers and stuff like that. That pisses me off to no end. Because I know the amount of work that goes into it. And because I just like, I did it for so long that I really do hope that that like me being nice to like a retail worker like helps some of them remember not everyone out there is like a shitty person. Because I know when I go up and cash out and go, hey, thanks so much, I appreciate it, you know, bye, hope you're having an okay day, or like hope you have a good rest of your day. Like, I hope that's like, I know that before I did that and said that to them, they dealt with 100 people before me who were complete fucking assholes and like yelled at them because they didn't have an item stocked in the store that like wasn't their job. Like, I hate that. When like there's an issue at like a retail store, I'm the most patient person in the entire world when it comes to that shit. Because that's hard work. And with you as a human being not ripping someone else's face off because they're going, well, I saw on your website that it should be here, and it's not here. Where is it? And you going, I'm so sorry that we're out of stock. I can call one of my managers who is in charge of stocking things. Can I please just cash out the next person in line here? And having that person being like, well, no. I'm not going to move until I know why this was on your website and isn't in the aisle it says it's in. Like, I know that you guys deal with those people. It's fucking horrible. I hate that. Getting nice customers every once in a while helps a lot. I'm glad to hear that some people say so. Because I know when I worked retail, that was my favorite thing too. It's like, I get so many douchebags, and then I'd be like, I'm ready to just fucking walk out on this job. I'm gonna like the next guy who says something to me, I'm just gonna punch him in the face and then like walk out of my job. But then like the next person in line would be like a really pleasant person. I go, you know what? Okay. I still have to pay rent. People are rude to people who perform services for them are garbage. They're garbage, and they're kind of playing with fire. Haven't they ever seen fucking Fight Club, dude? Come on. You know? They're everywhere. They're the people who wash your clothes and serve your food and shit. You don't want to fuck with that. Give me 1 second here, Crafty. This is just a little bit long. Aw, that's nice. That's really cool of you. I would like to pat myself on the back and say I'm a very good tipper. I try to tip like a pretty excessive amount because, again, another industry where it shouldn't be relying on tips. They should just be getting paid fair wages to begin with. But I try to do my part to at least show appreciation for service. It's cool when someone else like gets inspired by that type of action, right? Where you're like, hey, I just tipped a lot, and the person next to you or behind you or whatever is like, hey, I'm gonna tip that much too. Like that's really cool to see when that kind of like expounds, I guess is a good word. Slap the Frog, yo, what's up? I love seeing the time lapse. You're about to see it. We're about to get it. We're about to get it, gamers. It's gonna be very good. Best way to tell if you should date someone. How they treat service workers. Anyone who is mean to people without the power to tell them to eat rocks is not someone you should date. I'd love that as a rule, Hellcat. I think that is a fantastic criteria. Yeah, you kind of get to see people in their true element when they're reacting or interacting with like a service worker. Like, they don't have to like bend over backwards or anything like that. But if they're like rude and shitty, obviously a little bit of a red flag, dude. I like that. I do. I appreciate that as an idea. Handle? Which handle? Which handle, dude? Shalkin!
Time flies.
Time flies indeed. Thank you for the 5-month resub using Prime. Thank you very, very, very much for the 5 months. Especially with Prime. I know you guys using Prime tonight. You only get one of those a month. So thank you so, so much for that support. Really cool of you. Difference between asking a service worker for help and being a shitface to the service worker. 100%. Huge difference between those two things. Service workers are used to being... That's their job description, and they are okay with helping people. Like, that is what they get paid for. That is why they're at work. Is like, oh, you want to know where this thing is that's in our store? Sure, I can do that for you. That's a really easy thing for them to do, because that's literally in their job description. But if you go up and you go, what? You said it was on your website and it's not here? I need these rubber hunting boots right now. I'm going duck hunting with my brother this weekend. And your website said that you had it. And, like, that's a huge difference. I really want to keep them in business because it's another option for those that may have dietary restrictions. They're vegan and gluten-free. That's awesome to hear that they're so inclusive. That's really cool. Windshield wipers. Oh, pretty. I didn't realize I had to clean these. I don't know why I turned a little bit country there for a second. Oh, yeah, then I have to clean these. Haha, little fun wipers for my truck. That's right. There's one, there's two. F.A., you're a legend. That is absolutely pristine. Even the rust's gone. That should get the mare off our backs for a while, which means we can all get back to doing the jobs we're paid for. Thanks, pal. You're welcome, Denver. Do you want to see, guys, you want to see the time lapse? Pretty cool. Even getting frustrated is normal. The difference is in how people handle it. Customers that are upset but make it clear it's not about the worker are a lot easier to deal with. Yes, that too. Right, like you can be like, oh man, like I thought that this is something that you guys did, you know, at this establishment. Guess I was mistaken. That's a bummer. You know, like that is separating your frustration with like, you know, your frustration and disappointment that like the thing that you expected wasn't done from the individual worker. It was one of those things where it just, I don't know. I think that's a very important distinction to make. You can be mad at like a company. You can be mad at like a service specifically, like as a business. But you taking that out on the individuals who are doing their best to make it right for you is incredibly wrong. Working online grocery, helping in-store customers gets interesting because you don't always know where everything is. You can't really drop everything to help them because you're being timed. But customers don't get that and get frustrated when you just don't have an answer for them and can't ask someone because we also don't have radios. Yeah, see, and that, yeah, exactly. And that's a thing, like, obviously that's very hyper-specific to, like, what you do. But it is one of those things, like, a lot of customers, I think, are so used to the convenience and, like, the speed at which, like, the modern world grants them things, whether those are goods, whether those are services, whatever. They're so used to, like, fast, convenient, exactly what they want in, like, as little of time as they want. And they forget that, like, not every place operates the same. Like you said, like, not having walkie-talkies or radios or whatever. Not every store is laid out the same. Sometimes websites aren't updated. Sometimes, shipments come in late. There's so many extenuating circumstances that, like, people are just so fucking weird about that I don't know. Like people, because I think, again, it's a symptom of the speed and convenience that we do have. Like, yes, it's nice to have all this stuff at our fingertips, but, like, the human factor that's still involved needs to be considered. Always. So, yeah, that's just the way that's the way I think about it as well. Oh my God, we have an RV to do. That's right, I forgot about that. That thing looks awesome. Do RV. I'm going to start the bungalow, guys. I'm not going to be streaming this very long, but I'm going to do that one. Calvin says, "Hey Doc, I mentioned my folks. Well, I think it's time their bungalow met your pressure washer. It's so filthy, it's hard to tell where the ground ends and the house begins. When I mentioned you to Ma, her eyes lit up. Pops moaned and..." I don't know if that's a word you want to use for this, bud. It said the browner the porch, the warmer the torch, which clearly means nothing, so he's overruled. If you can give the place... That worries me. If you could give the place a good cleanup, I'm sure it'd give them both a lift. Thanks again, Cal. Oh my God. What does that... Pops moaned. It said... I guess... Listen. If I'm going to be fair... There is a large amount of satisfaction that comes from this game. Maybe moaning is what Pa meant to do. I can't rule that out. I really can't. I'm so glad you're here. Calvin's such a good boy. He's a volcanologist, you know. Oh, we're getting more of the story. So our boy Calvin, who keeps hooking us up with the jobs, actually does know about volcanoes. Interesting. Oh, I just realized, chat, this is an earlier level, too, so the grime is gonna be nothing compared to this, like, upgraded washer that we have. This is actually gonna be fairly quick. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty nice. I like that. Yes. SPN Halter, take care. Thank you so much for hanging out. You very much for chilling. Look at how easy it all comes off, baby. That's nice. Oh my God. Wait, window frame's not done? Oh, underneath. There we go. Look at that sparkle, dude. Saved my rice from its watery grave, but I did have to drown it in garlic salt. Wait, what happened to your rice? Watery grave? Did you accidentally drop it in some water after cooking it or something? Morgan and I bought a water cooker. We bought a water cooker recently. It's this really cool thing called a pot that you put on the stove. We bought a rice cooker recently. We did not own one, which is weird because we both love rice, and it's such an easy addition to add to any meal. And rice cookers are so convenient. But we finally bought one, and Morgan's been making rice with it, and it comes out so fucking good. It's awesome. I filled the pot too much with water. I mean, it happens. You just sort of boil it down, and then I guess you can always, like, drain it, right? A little bit earlier. You just gotta eyeball the rice at that point. Unless you're trying to make, like, kangi or something, like, that's kind of, like, watery to begin with. That's not the worst. You can always do that. Does it talk to you? Wait, my rice cooker? Oh, are you talking about, like, the new smart ones that are, like, rice ready in 10 minutes. No, it was like a $17 one. It was cheap. But it's nice because it does have like an indicator light on it that's like, it does it by weight. So like as the rice sucks up the water, There's like a weighted mechanism in it that once it's like lifted up enough will lower the temperature so that it just warms the rice. So that's kind of cool. That's a neat thing. That's a neat feature that it does. So there's that. But it's not like a smart rice cooker in the sense of like the newfangled technology all you kids have with your rice cookers. Back in my day, we threw a pot on the stove and we heated up our rice like real Americans. Mine sings, not really, but plays a song. Okay, that's adorable, though. I love that. A desk rice cooker. Isn't that the greatest part about rice cookers, right? Is, like, they don't have to be, like, the big family ones. You can make, like, little, like 2-scoop, or you can get, like, little, like, 2-scoop rice cookers. It's kind of fucking awesome. Because it is, like, such a quick thing you can, like, do. It's a quick addition to meals. It's fairly healthy, depending on what kind of rice you're using and how much you're eating of it. And you can make so many different meals out of rice. You know, there's so many varieties of rice out there. Kind of poggers, if I'm going to put it into gamer terms. For those of you gamers who are not yet convinced. Kind of poggers. My rice cooker also steams veggies and is a slow cooker. I love it so much. Yeah, ours apparently has like veggie cooking mode on it as well, or veggie steaming mode. So we definitely got to do that soon. That was part of the reason we bought it, is that it could do that as well. So that's pretty cool. I like it so far. That's my quick review of it. I like it so far. Thumbs up from me. Oh my god, it's so fast to clean with this thing, dude. It's so good. Beautiful, beautiful work here. The window's done. Doing a little bit of a speed run here, gamers. It doesn't break the glass. Yeah, I don't know how, but, you know, I'm not complaining, because if I had to manage something like that, if there was a mechanic like that in this game, it would be way fucking worse. I'd be pissed, honestly. Tomorrow morning, I'm getting cracked at the chiropractor again. Hot, nice. A good adjustment. All your joints and such. Hope it feels good. My best friend has an Instapot. I'm hella jealous. I think Instapots are cool, but I'm also kind of afraid of them. Like, what if those blow up? I mean, like what if it blows up, right? Because there's like a lot of fucking pressure in like the Instapots, right? Those are like weirdly like pressurized. Am I correct in that? Roll Dog, what's up? Hi, welcome to the stream. Just vibing with some Power Wash Sim, as we do. Pressure cookers terrify me? Yeah, I just use a regular slow cooker for that type of shit. Pressure cookers, Instapots, I don't want to explode. What if I like just like am a little bit thoughtless and I forget to do like one fucking step and I blow up? I don't want that to happen. You just press the quick pressure release valve. But see, that's what I like about crock pots, is I can like put the shit in it and then leave like the room for like a couple hours. And I go, my whole house smells like so good right now. Like slow cooked veggies and like slow cooked pork. Whoa, awesome smell. Like pressure cookers are cool because I get that they do the same thing and they like lock in the moisture a lot better and all sorts of stuff. But like, I don't want to blow up. I don't want to have to monitor. I'd like run back to it every 20 minutes and check it and be like, is this okay? Please don't blow up, dude. I just want, like, not dry chicken. Like, I feel like I'd be really fucking nervous about that all the time. It's the same with, like, propane grills for me. Like, I appreciate propane grills, and I'll use them, like, if someone else, like... I'm, like, over at a friend's house, and we're, like, grilling. I'd be like, yo, I'll use that grill, that's fine. But then they'll be like, yeah, I had to run out to, like, the gas station the other day and, like, change out my, like, refill my propane tank. And then, like, hook it back up. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to do that. I don't want to deal with highly pressurized explosive gases. That sounds very scary to me. Tries to release the pressure too fast. There is now a hole in your ceiling. My old chemistry professor told multiple stories about all the pressure cookers she's had. Every single one has had the pressure release fail. Don't tell me. Okay, chat. That's okay. Yeah, see, my fears are valid. The automatic ones are safer than the manual pressure cookers. Okay, but it's still running with a computer. And I gotta say, like, this computer was like one of the most expensive purchases I've ever made in my entire life. By like thousands of dollars. And this thing blue screens sometimes still. Those automatic ones have a little computer in it, right? I don't, yeah, exactly, J Stitches. I simply do not trust computers that much. I don't fucking want that in my home. It's like, I would accidentally blow up my house with a pressure cooker, and then, like, there'd be, like, this news story that's like, well, he, when he was 13 and the internet was just starting to come about, he looked up on AOL how to build a bottle rocket, so we know that he was interested in explosives. Like, I don't want to blow up my house with a pressure cooker, accidentally. Those of you who love the Instapots, I'm so glad you like them. Enjoy them. Have them. I'm gonna do the old boomer slow crock pot my own way. Oh man, the pork shoulder I throw in there for 6 hours comes out great. My house smells wonderful. Brian, I have a friend, Mr. Hill, first name Hank. He can help you with your propane. Propane. God damn it, Bobby. I, like I said, will use a propane grill. I just don't want the added pressure of having to, like, change out the propane. I don't want to do that part. If I go over to a friend's house and they have a propane grill, zero issues. I'm not afraid of it. But the idea of, like, swapping out, like, propane tanks and shit and then hooking that shit back up, I'll do something wrong. I know me. Listen, I leave the house semi-regularly to, like, go for drives or, like, go out to a park with Morgan or, like, go buy some groceries or something. And it doesn't matter how many times I do it, how many years I've done this, I forget the keys on the key rack. You add that specific, like, set of, like, or lack of skills to hooking up a propane tank, and my grill has turned into a fireball in the backyard. Why not? Thank you for the gifted sub, by the way, to Kya Lime Pie. Am I saying your name right? I hope so. Thank you very much. Or Kaya? Lime Pie? I'm going to call you Lime Pie. That's so easy. Hope you enjoy your emotes and your sub badge. Thank you for being here as a sub. It's Kia. All right, I'll try to remember that. I'll probably forget, just to warn you. But enjoy being a sub here. Thank you to both of you for being subs here. Why not? That was really nice of you. Seriously. This rice needs more garlic salt. Be careful with garlic salt, though, man. Oh, my God. I can't count the number of recipes. I've been like, it needs a little bit more garlic salt. And then I add just a smidge too much. And it's made the whole dish, like, way too salty. And then you have to add something else to balance it out. And then you go do the back and forth dance of seasoning. Which is, like, my least favorite dance to do. Because, like, you're just trading garlic salt and another seasoning back and forth forever until you think it's right, and then there's more seasoning than the food that you started off with in it. That's the fucking worst. I hate doing that. The big propane tanks scare me, but I've been changing the mini ones on camping stoves since I was a kid, which probably wasn't a good idea. Yeah, so, okay, so that's interesting. I can do the mini ones. I have done those mini ones on those, like, camping, like, little, like, camp burners. Like, I have been changing those out since I was a kid as well. I don't know why. Maybe just the sheer size of the goddamn things. But, like, grill propane tanks, like, nope, not for me. I will charcoal grill whenever I can. But, yeah, I don't know. It's, like I said, I'm not saying everyone should stop because I am a neurotic weirdo. By all means, continue doing the things that you do. I just realized that this thing's so strong, I can use this one now. I can use this big nozzle. Oh my god, that's so much more effective, dude. That's good. That's some good shit right there, chat. It is wash time. Alex the Dark Elf, thank you for the 11 months. Just to warn you, I'm not going to be watching very much longer here. I gotta get going in a little, very little bit, but I appreciate everyone who's hanging out here and talking about propane with me for whatever reason. But those are the, like, two things, the two biggest things, chat, that, pressure cookers and propane tanks. And they both have a very similar theme to them. They are a bunch of pressurized hot gas or air in a very fucking small container that theoretically could explode. And me, with my dumbass ADHD ass, I don't trust me enough. Like I said, I regularly, like, forget the keys and then have to, like, run back to, like, my key ring and be like, oh god, I grab the keys off the key rack because I forgot to grab these before I went to go drive. Imagine if I, like, forgot to, like, turn the hose, like, enough, like, to reconnect the propane tank. Or something. I don't know. Brian in chat, do you ever go back to old streams and watch them and just smile? Or is that just me? Oh, Moose, that's... What the heck? I wasn't expecting that wholesome of a message in that. Thank you. That's nice of you. That is, I mean, that's part of the VOD channel. Part of the joy of it is the VODs are up forever on the VOD channel. By the way, if you guys have been enjoying the stream and you're newer here or you just haven't joined yet, we do have a Discord. Please feel free to join our community Discord and hang out there with the very kind people. Very similar vibe to this chat. People are quiet and chill, but there for each other and supportive and really just awesome people. And we also have a Reddit. So if you come up with any sort of memes from tonight, any sort of jokey jokes about the community, any fan art. Normally I have face cam up, so you can normally get like clips or silly screenshots of me. You can put any of that stuff over on the Reddit if you want. It's a pretty neat place. So, yeah. Reddit is not just me tonight. Nice. Some variety. Some good stuff. Yeah, I'd love to see, like, no offense at all to you, Bree. I'm so glad that you keep the Reddit alive. But I would love to see, like, I love seeing everyone's, like, senses of humor over on the Reddit. It's really cool when we have, like, a lot of people participating on it, just because it's, like, such a... It's so goofy. It's a funny place. It's a funny, funny place to me. I make clips, but I don't know how to find them. There... I mean, it should just show you the clip when you make it, I thought. Don't quote me. I am not Mr. Twitch, inventor of Twitch. I hope you're all having a good one. Hey, what's up, Brookie? Welcome to the stream. We're power washing as we do. Oh, Calvin says, Ma keeps messaging me. They're getting really excited with how it's looking. Sounds like it's going great. Yeah, it's going pretty well here, Calvin. It would go better if you didn't interrupt ever again. So maybe go take care of the cat that you were... I literally thought you were, like, perched over a volcano a second ago. So maybe go do that. And you do your job as a volcanologist, and I'll do my job as a power washer. How does that sound? Good? Cool deal. Very fair deal, I'd say. Very good and fair deal. I don't clip enough to know either. I'm sure there's an easy tutorial of it on the internet of things. On the internet. Welcome to the internet. Little bit of everything. All of the time. Cassie is sassy. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, that's sharp, dude. That's nice. I wish the sock club was a VOD, but honestly, they all make me smile so much. Oh my god, the sock club was a great one. I appreciate... That's honestly, every time I see the sock club socks, I am reminded of that stream a lot, and just this community, and legitimately... Like, I don't know. That was one of the most thoughtful things I think has ever been made for me in my lifetime, honestly. What a sweet thing. Like, thank you very, very much to everyone who partook in that. Just unbelievably kind. Unbelievable amount of just thought and generosity went into that. It's really cool. Bo Burnham. Yes, Bo Burnham. That's what I was referencing with the internet. Welcome to the internet. You guys haven't seen inside yet. It might kill you. Oh, I gotta check something quick, chat. It's a painful one. It's really good, but it's incredibly painful. I just think that Bo... True. Huge of true, which it is. So very huge of you to say. Inside has definitely affected a lot of how... And again, I talked about this the other day. I don't want to, like, exaggerate it so much where it's like, oh my god, if you watch inside, you'll come out a different human being. Like, it's still just, like, personalized art. It's genuinely just Bo Burnham's incredibly personal, like, video diary, basically, of his own mental breakdown during, like, 2020, specifically. Yeah. You won't come out a different being, you'll just have your funny little feelings hurt. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where, like, I think someone said this in a previous stream, where it's like, it's not life-changing, it's just one of those things that, as sad as it is, it's nice to know you're not alone in thinking about things a certain way. And I think that's a really accurate way to put it, where, like, I guess the nice part about it, the part that feels really good when you're watching it, or after you're done watching it and thinking about it, is there are a lot of other people out there who feel similar. And it feels good to not feel alone. That's a pretty universal thing, I think. But on top of it, right, Hellcat. It takes the inside thoughts a lot of us had last year and says them back to us. Yes, and in the way I said it was like, these are not thoughts I haven't had before, because I think about existential, depressing shit all the time. And I've had my own mental breakdowns. And the thing about mental breakdowns is they're, as universal as they can be, are all still very personalized to the individual having them. And Bo, as a public figure who's a creative, created one, like I said, like a video diary of his that he then shared as like an art piece, as a piece of media, as a piece of entertainment. And I think he said it in a much more eloquent, intelligent way than I ever would be able to. Made me feel very seen because it depicted some stuff I haven't ever been able to put into words. Be comforting. Yeah, exactly, Shira. Herbie Shingles, take care. Thanks for hanging with us. I heard mixed emotions of some people being comforted after watching, some being absolutely wrecked, some a mix of both. I'd say a mix of both is mainly what I've dealt with, like listening to the songs and everything. Because again, like I'm a full-ass adult. I'm 1,000 million years old, and I've had plenty of time to think about shit I regret and think about the existential parts of my life. I mean, hell, for like 3 or 4 streams straight, just talked to you guys where I was like, hey guys, we gotta think about this realistically. Not to worry anyone, not saying the end is anywhere near, but I can't do this forever. And someday, I'm going to say goodbye at the end of the stream, and it's going to be the very last stream that I ever do. You guys know, I get existential. I think about that shit a lot. That said, a lot of the shit that he does in that, is definitely helping me. I guess it's not changing how I think per se. It's like stuff that, like, it's the way I've already thought, but now it's changing sort of like my perspective on it, in the sense of like how I present certain things and whatever, like how I talk to people like on the internet. How I think about, like, social media's role in, like, me as a human being and things like that. How I, like, social media, for instance, is, like, it's not real life all the time, even though sometimes it deals with real life issues. And it's an important part of, especially online culture. It's an important tool to be used to spread awareness about good events or good causes or world news or a number of other things. But a lot of people put so much weight and stock into it. And I've gotten caught up in that, and a lot of, like, listening to sort of his perspective on it, hearing, like, another person in their 30s talk about it, it was, like, one of those things where I was like, hey, like, yeah, I kind of am going nuts over this for some reason. All right, I don't know what Calvin just said there on the screen, but, he said something that was probably useless. I guess my viewpoint on a lot of things that I already think about, I'm just like a little bit more comforted in thinking that way and committed to, which has been nice. It's been very, very comforting to be like, oh, here's like another 30-year-old who's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on social media sometimes, and that's kind of okay, because, like, there's nothing I can do to stop it, which is existentially terrifying. But also, like, hey, maybe don't put as much of my self-worth into it. Stuff like that. Doesn't change the thoughts, just makes you more deliberate about the thing. I think that is, yeah, see? That's a great way to put it. You guys can write things way better than I ever fucking could. That is a really good way to put it. It's not changing, like, how I'm thinking. Or it's not changing what I'm thinking. It's changing, yeah, sort of the deliberate methodology, I guess. Not saying, like, oh, social media is so calculated. If anything, it's, like, less than now. Not that it was like super calculated before, but sometimes I'd be like, I don't know if I want to put this up because I don't know if people will care or like this, or I don't even like this. And now social media has felt like a little bit more like a vibe for me. Especially with like, not to keep plugging the fan house, but like fan house it feels like it is away from a lot of the weird parts of like public social media, if that makes sense. And it's been kind of comforting to be over there as well. Like, I still like being over on Twitter and stuff, but every now and then I duck away over to the fan house, and I'm like, I'm going to put this up because, like, no one's going to, like, tell me how I should be raising my cat or something. I like playing Inside Roulette, where I play the songs on shuffle and have to go from Welcome to the Internet to All Eyes on Me to White Woman's Instagram. Yeah, that's kind of fun. But it has been kind of awesome to... since listening to Inside and everything, to be like, hey, that's less of, like, in the beginning, I was like, oh boy, I feel like this shit's heavy. Like, I need to, like, take a breather after listening to this, Bo. Like, what the fuck did you do to me? And now it's more of a, man, I'm really glad I listened to that, because now I feel like it's okay to feel this way. And also, it's cool to know there's like another person around my age who's sort of thinking about these things in this way and trying to just kind of do their best. And like sort of the reminder of like, it doesn't matter how good of a job you're doing. And it doesn't really matter if you don't know what you're doing, because there will always sort of be people rooting you on while you do it, and there will always be people naysaying you while you do it. So kind of just figure out your thing, and as well as you can, even if you're not 100% sold on it, and just fucking do it. I kind of like that. There is not a fan house command, and the reason for that is like, even though I mention it here and there, and like mainly on social media and stuff, it is still like weird for me to plug something that is subscriber only. For those of you who don't know, fan house is like, it's supposed to be like a safe space social media, where creators can go and not worry about like random internet trolls just shitting all over them all the time. And that sounds like maybe like, oh, that sounds like a dangerous way to set up an echo chamber. But those echo chambers, guys, I'm going to be honest, kind of get set up automatically anyway. Like, I could tell you guys, like, hey, fucking anyone who likes waffles is a piece of shit. And people would go, whoa, 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 Brian, I'm from a pancake family. And I find that really offensive and rude, and I think you should be canceled for that. But there'd still be people who would be like, no, Brian's right. No, Brian's okay in that really bigoted thought about waffles versus pancakes. And that's like a weird thing I can't really stop. Like, I tell you guys all the time, if I do something like fucked up, I want people to call me out. And I know there are people in my life who will. But I will never be able to stop, like, the people who are going to be there, like, ride or die no matter what for me. I can't control that. As much as I want to, and I warn against that kind of weird behavior and shit. But waffles are awesome. They are. Waffles are awesome. But it's... That's going to form regardless. Fan house is a place where, like, randos, like, can't go at you. If I just want to post a picture of like what I fucking ate for the day, I could just go over to the fan house and do that, and it's kind of fun. But there is a paywall to it. There is still like a subscription cost to it. So it is one of those things where like, we got merch, we got a sub command and shit like that, but like, I still feel kind of weird about like promoting a paywalled thing. Even though I am having a blast over in Fan House. But it was more me bringing that up was more of a, a commentary on... Fan House is one of those things I probably wouldn't have done years ago. Like, those of you who have been in the community for years, like, know how I am about, like, shit like that. Like, I would have been, like, tearing my hair out and been like, oh my fucking god, I can't do that. Like, people are gonna think I'm money hungry, I'm hungry for money. Like, money hungry and greedy and, like, shitty and stuff. But, the way I, like, look at Fan House is, like, I put up, like, really deliberate content there, and a lot of it is, like a little bit behind the scenes, everyday life spammy. But, like, that is still, like, a personal part of who I am. Like, that is still content I have created. So, like, people who really want to see it can pay for it if they want to. But they also don't have to. You don't have to sub to my Fan House to get to know who I am. You can stop by these streams where it is literally free to hang out and chat and listen to me ramble about fucking breakfast food and whatever we were talking about earlier. So that it's just like an additional way for me to be like, all right, this is like a deliberate type of content that I'm putting up in a place where I feel comfortable putting it up. And, hey, Bo Burnham, if you're ever watching this VOD, thanks so much for helping me get there. Thanks for making me feel like it's okay to sort of prioritize, like, my own mental health in that way and my own presentation of myself in that way and stuff like that. I heard that Fan House gives you a better payout on subscriptions than Twitch. Is that true? So much better. It's almost embarrassing, actually. I felt the same with putting my modeling stuff behind Patreon, but I have to pay rent. I keep as much as I can free, though. Here's the thing, Hellcat. You're creating content. And as much as there's going to be those people who are like, oh, well, it's the internet, everything should be free. You put time into that modeling stuff. You put effort into it. You put, like, again, circle back to the time part. Like, time is a very limited, important resource. And you are putting that amount of work into, like, that is work at that point. That is content. Your content is worthy of being financially supported in that way. So when it comes to something like that, like, you're totally valid in putting it up on Patreon and being like, hey, if you want to see the work I did, like, you know, pay me a little bit for it. That's okay. Hey, Bo, if you're ever watching this VOD, thank you. Also, fuck you. I think that's valid. I think you would say that's fair. That sounds kind of nice, to be honest. Yeah, it's been like... Again, not to be dramatic about Inside, because, again, the last thing I want to do is have people be like, well, I'm going to go watch Inside now, and then, like, watch it and be like, what the fuck is Brian's a melodramatic bitch. What the hell? Like, but combined with, like, me going through therapy and a lot of soul searching through that, Inside was, like, a really cool thing. It was, like, a really, really cool thing to, like, experience in some capacity. I do like it, and I do like the message it has overall. And there are certain aspects of it that, like, you know, if I were to do it, would have been done differently. But again, I think the big thing, like, a lot of critics forget about it is that this was like, yeah, it was a piece of media that was released for entertainment purposes by an entertainer. But at its core, it is still an incredibly private, personal experience. I mean, not so much private, because he released it publicly. But it is his own personal experience. You can't invalidate that. The way he feels, the way that he describes his perspective of what's going on, the way that he, you know, talks about, like, his emotions, whatever, his viewpoints, like, that's all his stuff. And we can criticize that from an outside view, but at the end of the day, he did it for him. And he did it with his own ideas and everything in mind. Like his own viewpoint, his own world viewpoint in mind. Like, I think that's really cool. And that's helped me sort of, it's helped remind me to be like, hey, just fucking be yourself. Not that I've ever really been anything but myself, but I've definitely gone through like dips and valleys, and like people have seen this over the years from me, where I get a little bit like people pleasy at times, or I let certain like aspects of like what I'm doing like fall by the wayside because I'm focusing on something like more popular, and it's not that I don't want to play that popular thing. It's just like I'm doing that because that is like how you play the game of like this content creation industry. Is like yeah, I'm still having fun. Yeah, I'm still being myself in these videos, but like, would I rather be playing Power Wash Sim? So me falling into like this weird niche where I'm like playing fucking weird games on Twitch that are not trending right now, and just sort of vibing out and talking about whatever, and just like being as sort of as candid as I can be, and then like keeping other parts of myself a little bit more personal and private, like, or being like, hey, if you want to know those parts about me, like, you're welcome to support me in other ways. Like, that's all like really big and weird for me, but it is sort of the journey I'm on right now, and it feels right. And that's like something I don't say often about myself for my own decisions. Like I always have this guilt complex, and I always feel shitty about things that are like not my fault. And that's, again, part of why I'm in therapy at all. But things recently have kind of felt right in that regard. And those of you who have supported me and been along for the ride, you're fucking awesome for that. Like, thank you so much. And like having dreams come true, like my merch lines, like repeatedly selling out, like hitting over 1,000 subs on Twitch, raising like $23,000 for charity in a single month. Like that's fucking crazy and awesome and really cool. And I've kind of never felt more confident in, like, I might not feel confident right now, but I feel confident in the process right now. And I feel confident in sort of the direction that I'm sort of heading in, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. I got to see it with my friend in theaters, and even though I had seen it like 5 times prior, it was such a different and cool experience in a theater with a bunch of other people. Sure, I can imagine. I'm not quite to the point where like I'm comfy with theaters yet. I understand that a lot of them have really good regulations and stuff. And I'm glad that you got to go to. I know you're someone who like wouldn't risk your health for if it wasn't like, you know, good and safe feeling. But just thinking about being in theater for that, actually, like, that's cool. That's like a cool idea. Like, that's a really cool thing. So, I'm still writing though. Wait, what? Still writing. Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. Sorry. Sorry if you're talking to me about your writing. I'm sure your writing is fantastic. Can't wait to read your best-selling, New York Times best-selling novel by Fallen Winter 007. Guys, I know I was like, I'm going to end this early tonight. We're at like fucking 9. We're at 86%. God damn it. Why do I do this every goddamn time I play this? I was like, I can't stream till 2 a.m. again. Shit dicks. I guess we're going speed run for this last part though. You played Pokemon Unite yet? No, I have not had time. I have lived a very important, busy life. As a very important, busy business person with many, many important business things to do that are very important and businessy. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I actually haven't touched my Switch in about like 2 months, and I feel kind of sad about that. I'd like to soon. I have not had time for it. Yeah, definitely I take as many precautions as possible. It's definitely more crowded than I would normally be comfy with, but I didn't know that before actually getting there, and I stayed as safe as I could. Oh, I have no doubt. I know you pretty well at this point, and I'm very proud of the decisions that you make and the things you do. I'm sure that if you had gotten sketchy, weird vibes, you would have bounced. What was I saying before I went into the fucking, like, weird business person act? What the hell was that about? Sometimes the vibes are so good you just gotta enjoy them a little longer while you can. Absolutely, Evie. Especially, again, after the weekend I just had. Holy shit. Because it wasn't like one thing. It was like one thing after another type of weekend, you know? You know how that happens sometimes? Just poopy. But vibing definitely helped a lot. Tonight has been great for my brain. I almost didn't stream. I was like telling Morgan, I was talking to Morgan after her stream was over. I was like, what's the fucking point? I don't want to stream. I'm just going to be in a bad mood. I'm going to be grumpy and shitty and bad. And she was like, no, I've seen you worse than this. You'll be fine. In fact, I know you, and you're going to stream, and you're going to spend time with your community, and it's going to be so fun, and it's going to be good for you. And it's like, yeah, right, we'll see what happens. Like, I might end it really early and, like, barely talk, and I'm just going to be in a shit mood all night. And then as soon as people started talking here, we were vibing. Like, I don't know. I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope other people had a lot of fun tonight. We rambled about literally everything that we, like, possibly could. You guys now know if you ever need to threaten me or scare me in any sort of way, you just have to buy me an Instapot. And I will probably leave town. I'll whenever I leave this home, I'll, like, leave a note to the new owner, the new renter, and I'll be like, hey, that Instapot that you see there in the kitchen, comes with the place. Really hope you enjoy it, dude. Hope that it's a fun thing for you to make really good chicken and rice and veggies in and stuff. Enjoy. Yeah. We're so close to being done here. This is awesome. Milo, what's up, dude? How we doing? Just to warn you, as soon as we're done with this... Wow, I got mad air there. We're done. We're done with the stream. I feel like I haven't been around too much for streams in the past week with this new class I'm taking. Kicking my ass. So spending time kicking its ass right back. You are an ass kicker, Brookie. I believe that. I bet you're doing great. It's always so nice hanging out in streams. It always takes away my stresses in an instant. I'm so glad to hear that. I really am very happy to hear that people enjoy it, especially these streams. I don't know what I'm going to do when we run out of fucking content with this. Whenever we finish the campaign mode, what's going to happen? I'm going to start... I'll be like, oh, man, I got a car mechanic simulator, guys. Maybe it will be as relaxing, and then, like, no one sticks around. We have 20 viewers a stream. I don't know how to replace this. There's going to be a this nozzle spray shaped hole in my heart when this game is over. It's going to be impossible to fill that void for me. Farm Simulator? Which one? Isn't there like 7 games called Farm Simulator? Goat Simulator? That is not chill. Goat Simulator is like the least chill game. Instapot Simulator? God. A goddamn nightmare. That's what that is. A goddamn nightmare. It says bungalow roof almost done. Oh, come on. Yes. All right, we need the porch fence, the posts, and the gutter. All right, the porch fence and the post. Oh, damn, that is dirty. Can't let me get away with that one. Oh, gee. All right. Oh, yeah, we didn't get, like, any of the underside, dude. Pretty toxic, bro. Pretty disgusting gamers. Wait, did I really not do these sides? Hello? Alright. Whatever, Bohemian Rhapsody. IRL Power Wash streams Poggies. That's how I replace it, yeah. It's like, 4,000 sub goal. It's Rio Power Wash sim. Streams. Rio Power Wash. Power Wash my computer. Because I'll need 4,000 subs to afford a new one. Especially because I don't know if the price of this one went up. I got so lucky. So it was before, like, the big, like, 3080 craze. Like, it just so happened that, like, I needed to replace my computer anyway. And, like, the RTX 3080s were not yet in, like, super high demand. So I ordered this one specifically because it came with a 3080. And I was like, no way, this is awesome. And I got it for such a good deal. And then came the dark times where everyone was buying out these graphics cards. So I don't know if I'd even be able to get like this same rig for the same price. Slime Rancher? Yeah, Slime Rancher. Oh, that's right. Yeah, people. Oh, House Flipper. That's a good one. I do own House Flipper. I've never played it, but that is kind of like a similar feel to this game, right? Like that is a very similar game to this one. I could maybe I could get into some House Flipper. Would people be into that shit?
Got the L word.
Oh, yo, Milo, dude, what the hell?
Word.
We're not trying to get to 4K now. Thank you so much for the 2 gifted. That it's really generous of you. Thank you. That's super nice. Cool sub goal, by the way. Thank you very, very much. We got subs to Valpire and the Silver Sparrow. If either of you are here, make sure you're saying thanks for the gifted sub, because that's really nice. I hope you enjoy our emotes and sub badge. Leonard Miller says, Doc, it's Leonard Kale's dad. When can you come round? I've got something filthy dirty for you. I'm literally on your roof, bro. I'm on your roof right now. The bungalow looks amazing, Doc. Thank you. You won't believe the impact it's had. Ma's down the woods, picking flowers, and Pop's and muttering excitedly about another job he's got for you. So if you hear from a Leonard Miller, that's him. Cool. You did it, Pog. I did. High skill gameplay here tonight. I like that he texts in all caps. This would kill a flower, by the way. If I shot a flower bed with an incredibly powerful sprayer like this, it would kill these flowers. It would break their stems. How do you like me now, Leonard? Feels like reading an XQC tweet. Yeah, with way less misspellings, though. Evil. Flower killer. Hellcat, take care. Thank you so much for being here. Get some good rest. That's fine that you're leaving, because I am also leaving. It is something that I gotta do. That I was gonna do like 50 minutes ago. Not 15, mind you, chat. Like 50. I only have 4 classes left, then I'm off to another college. Fun times. Student debt, here I come. Good luck to you, Fallen. It is a journey many of us have gone on. I promise you will get through it. If they add as an update, blasting petals off flowers for a mega clean flower bed, oh my god. We got clean Grandpa Miller's car. Oh shit, dude. All right, so we got a car, an RV, and we got the Forest Cottage. I think I'm gonna do Forest Cottage next time. I like doing the houses more than the vehicles, honestly. In the beginning, I liked the vehicles because they were so quick, but that fire truck took longer than I wanted it to, and I like the I like cleaning houses. I don't know, man. It's just fun. It's pretty neat. Anyway, we love late night streams. Well, thank you. I love late night gang. You guys are fantastic. This game's super fun. Super, super chill. I hope that people had a good time hanging out.
Break out the L word.
Alex, the Dark Out. What the heck?
L word.
Thank you very much.
Lesbians?
Thank you very much for the 2 gifted. That's really generous of you. You guys are a lot. Thank you for gifting Bacon Nips and Mama Bear Chaos. Bacon Nips, I don't know if you would have liked the talk we were having about being voracious for breakfast food earlier. If either of you are here, make sure you're saying thanks to Alex the Dark Elf. Thought I could get this vid edited tonight, but I haven't even started subtitles. Oh my god, rip. Good luck to you, Milo. Oh my god, Black Rose! Thank you. That's so nice of you.
Lesbians?
The number was bothering me? Well, I mean, it's probably going to bother you again at some point because, like, gifted subs drop off. So don't take it upon yourself to beat that number up or anything. But I appreciate that a lot. That's really, really cool of you. Thank you very much. Black Rose with a 5 gifted. That is a lot. Thank you for the 5 gifted to Max's Board, Zombie Mermaid 85, Sad User B, Rockstar Tragedy, Tom. I don't know if you're still here, but enjoy your sub. And Shepherdess, if any of you are here, please make sure that you guys are not only enjoying being a part of this community, having access to the sub badges and the emotes. When did we get 160 viewers here? What the hell? When did that happen? I get so... You know what's really funny? Any game I play with face cam, I get way more viewers with my face cam. And then if I do no face cam, I get less viewers. But Power Wash Sim, I get way more viewers without a face cam, I notice. I guess, like, no distracting face. No distracting face. Get rid of that face. I don't know. Maybe it's just that kind of game. Anyway, if you got gifted the sub, make sure you're saying thanks to Black Rose, because that was unbelievably generous. Thank you very, very much for that support. I guess what we have to do is wait out the hype train clock for the next 3-ish minutes. I'm getting more and more viewers the longer the stream goes. I don't look at my viewer numbers. That's something chumps do. So I have no way of telling. I don't know these things. Also, I don't know if the sub... did the total sub count break? Because that was like 7 subs in a row. Unless, like, the timing was so perfect that 7 people, like, unsubbed at the same time from, like, their gifted subs running out or something. That's weird. I don't know why that hasn't, like, updated or anything like that. We just want the satisfying cleans? Hell yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Is, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if my face is on the screen or not. We are enjoying watching digital items be washed by digital water, which is cool. Yeah, it's borked. Whoa, what the hell? Wow. Oh, wait, it just updated when you did that. That's so funny. Thank you so much, guys. Over 1,200 again. That is wild. That's really, really nice. Unbelievably generous. I'll use a strike here. It's a lot. It's too much. It's for someone who streams as inconsistently as I do, and just is all over the goddamn place. 1,200 is like a monumental amount. That is a freakish amount of generosity. So anyone who's contributed to that, like, thank you so very much. But also, we're entering a new month. It's September. It's getting closer to, you got to do your Christmas time shopping and stuff. You got to save up for that. Black Friday stuff, whatever. Cyber Monday. Save your money for you. Listen, you can't Brian Gerb Mauled at me because I said I was going to take a strike for that one. Reminder for some, if you are in the U.S. and have elections tomorrow, don't forget to vote. Very important. Very, very important. Also talked about Line 3. If you guys don't know about Line 3, please check that out. Do your research. Get informed about it. Get involved if you can. It's one of those things that's a little bit harder to get directly involved in, but you can raise awareness for it as well. So I guess while I have 150 people watching the stream, I can at least mention it. Halloween shopping. Yeah, Halloween shopping is coming around. So please save your money for you. Please take all of the money you can and put it in your own pockets and your own bank accounts and use it to treat yourself to nice things and also to treat other people to nice things in your life. I signed the petition. Thank you. That's great. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So some people know about it. Halloween, love her. Yeah, I'm always super excited for Halloween. mainly because it allows me to make more Spirit Halloween jokes, which have, for whatever reason, the past, 2 years been, my go-to Halloween joke. So, yeah, there's that. And then also dressing up is cool, and being spooky is cool. But I also live with a witch, so it's kind of spooky year-round. Also, there we go. The hype train's over. Thank you very much for the level 2 hype train. Or I guess we got to level 3, but thanks for completing a level 2. That was really nice. This is treating myself and others to nice things, to be honest. Well, that's really nice of you to see it that way. I hope that the people who got subs really appreciate that, because that was unbelievably nice. It's really, really cool. Anyway, chat, I'm going to go. I'm going to get wrapped up here. Don't stream till 2 a.m. It's literally 2:01 a.m. for me. Hope people had fun. Thank you again. I know I've been talking about it a lot, and I don't mean to ever be the source of, downer energy or anything like that. But I really did have, a super shitty weekend, and, bad start to the week. So, to know that people are still willing to sort of deal with my energy and hang out and want to vibe and be willing to wait until the next tomorrow and the next tomorrow for, Dead by Daylight. That's really cool of you. We will, hopefully, there's no more bumps in the road, be able to do Dead by Daylight solo Survivor queue. First time I've ever done it in my life. Starting tomorrow, Tuesday stream. I'm scared as fuck. Not even lying. It is a game that I do fine with friends in, because I'm with my friends and can ask them how to do things, and I know they're there, and sometimes they'll get attacked instead of me. But playing with randos, I'm going to get jump scared a lot. If you're a headphones user, good luck to you, is all I'm going to say. But it is something that we work together as a community, and we hit that 1,000 sub goal, so that will be coming up hopefully tomorrow, next stream. Got to take the doggos out now. I hope that you and the doggos have a lovely time out. Anyway, thank you to everyone for being here tonight. Seriously. Thanks for helping cheer me up. You're all wonderful. Hey, squad EBDB is way better than solos, but still fun. Yeah. It's nice to be able to communicate and find out what everyone else is doing. Anyway, I hope you all have had an absolutely great time. Thank you so much for all the follows, the bits, the subs, the resubs, the gifted subs. Every single, dollar that goes into this channel, I try to put right back into the channel, either with new games or buying Pokemon cards for Pokemon streams or doing whatever. You're all so wonderful for that. Thank you for that. Thanks for keeping me company. Whether you chatted or not, you spent time here tonight, and that's very, very important to me. It means a lot. Hope you all have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be for you. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you so very much. Finger hearts as usual. You can't see them, but I promise you that I'm doing them. And, here is goodbye. So goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.